2026. A brand new year, brand new high rollers. It's time, everybody. We're back.
It's time.
D&D. Hello, everybody. I'm your Dungeon Master, Mark/Mara / Sherlock Holmes / the Dungeon Master / friendly neighborhood storyteller from Batman. I got all the names. They're mine. Your name's mine now. I own it.
Oh man!
Joining me this week around the table, we've got everybody. We've got Rhiannon. We've got Trot. We've got Kim. And on the other side, we've got Tom and Katie.
Hey, what up?
We got the whole team here.
Hey, what up?
Full stack.
What up?
Hey, what up?
Full stack, everybody. Well, oh boy, what an exciting time. Brand new year.
Yeah.
Lots
New
of
year,
exciting
new me.
things. New year, new you. Any resolutions? Tom, brand New Year's resolution?
I want to play more D&D, please.
Well, we can make that happen. Katie, New Year's resolution.
Fucking survive.
Kim, New Year's resolution.
Hi.
Trot, New Year's resolution.
Be awake for the whole 3 hours.
Rhiannon, New Year's resolution.
I want a mohawk.
I love it.
true, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
All of those things are going to happen.
Yes!
Dreams will come true.
A couple of big things to talk about. The first one, and this really is a big, big thing. Guys, this is crazy, but 17th and 18th of January, it's our 10-year anniversary.
Oh, my.
10 years of high rollers. That's like next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next
Next
Friday.
Next Friday. So, next Saturday.
Saturday.
So, that's the thing. Our 10th anniversary is on the Saturday the 17th, but obviously on Sunday the 18th, we're going to have a very special High Rollers episode. We are going to be doing a special one-shot adventure instead of our usual Altheya episode, but this is going to be a very special one-shot. It's going to be a celebration of campaigns past and present, an epic, unmissable one-shot for fans of Lightfall, Erois, and Altheya.
I liked all three of those.
I love all three of those. So it's going to be very, very special. We're going to be celebrating our 10-year anniversary. We would love for you to be there. You know, if you're catching up on the VOD, you know, and you see this, we'd love for you to join us live. Let people know in the community. If you know people who used to watch Lightfall but haven't caught up on Altheya, let them know that this is the time to jump in and watch the episode. We'd love to see like a huge spike of all of our fans and all of our community coming together for this celebration, basically. So that is going to be happening. So come along and join us for that. That's going to be a very exciting time. Also, to let you know that the Erois merch will be ending on the 17th of January. That'll be the last day to get any of your Erois merch. Maybe to make room for some other surprises that will be coming along. So go and check that out. Also, and this is an exciting one, Altheya campaign guide Kickstarter. You may have heard about it.
Oh,
Maybe you
yeah.
haven't. I've actually had quite a lot of people who had no idea it was happening. So here's another sign. The Altheya campaign guide. I've got it here. I've got the fake book that's got nothing on the inside. This is happening, and it's going to be hitting Kickstarter in February, early February. But did you know, guys, we're up to 3,750 sign-ups
Wow.
on the
That's
sign-up page.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it just be swell? Wouldn't it be lovely
neat.
to get 4,000 before the 10th anniversary?
I want
Nice.
10,000 for our 10th anniversary.
That would be amazing,
Really
Troll, but
good.
let's be realistic.
Yeah.
So all I was going to say is if you haven't yet, please go and send the link to friends, to your gaming groups on Discord, to gaming communities that you know. Let them know that this is a cool new campaign guide setting that's going to be coming out to Kickstarter. It's going to have subclasses, it's going to have magic items, it's going to have loads of additional rules, but also most of the book is lore, so it can be used in any game system. You want to do a Daggerheart campaign but use all the world lore? Great, this book is still for you, even if you don't use the 5e rules section of it.
Best bit, it's going to smell so good.
It's going to smell so good.
It smells so nice.
I'm
I love
going
the
to
smell.
hand scent all of them.
That's gross.
No, with a nice thing.
Oh, okay. I thought you
Like-
might put a gland on us.
I'm going to rub it on my scent gland.
Which gland?
Yeah. And I'll have, my scent gland smells wonderful.
Mine doesn't. Mine's heinous.
But yeah, so that is coming. So we would love to hit that number 4,000 for next Sunday. Would be
Yeah.
amazing. That's 250 more people.
10,000, let's go.
10,000, that's right.
That's a 10.
Also, there's incredible art.
There is. We've
Yeah.
already seen a little bit of it because we've been getting little snippets of stuff, which will be
So premium.
on the Kickstarter. You'll be able to see some of the artwork that's going to be going into the book, as well as some of the rules, maybe some of the magic items. They'll all be previewed on the book as well. So go and check that out. And yeah, what a way to celebrate 10th anniversary
Yeah.
as well with that coming out.
10 million.
Also,
So
Can I be
good.
thirsty
10
over the
million.
art of Sir Grield?
Kim, please.
The art, I've seen art for Sir Grield.
He's hot.
Pretty great. 10 out of 10.
Kim was the one person that I was like, Kim, does this meet your approval? And Kim was like, it
I had
does.
to go away for a
It
couple of minutes and then
does.
come back, and
Yeah,
it's good.
no, it's very, very good. So yeah, very, very exciting
Typed
stuff.
some things in Discord no one wants to
I had to delete it.
But yeah, go and check that out. Go and sign up if you haven't already. And again, reminder that the more signups the Kickstarter thing gets, then the more Kickstarter pushes it, which is great for us as well. Lastly, but certainly not leastly, guess whose birthday it is this week? It's Thomas's birthday!
Oh my god, it is.
And how old will you be?
I genuinely don't know. I genuinely
Now
don't
that's
know.
a blessed position to be in when you don't know how old you're going to be. I think that's actually
12,
really
13.
I was born in 92, do the math.
16?
What's it?
Is it our sweet
35.
16?
34.
35.
33.
Hey,
I think
thanks.
it's
It's going to be my
35.
birthday.
33.
So thanks.
33.
See you next week.
See you next week.
33?
I don't know. I think I'm already 33. I'm pretty sure I've already done 33.
No, 34, because I'll be. You're
It's
2
an
years
even
younger, and I'll be
number.
36.
Oh yeah,
this
you're
year.
34. Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
no,
Wait, I'm 33 now?
Yeah.
I genuinely thought I was already 34.
You've gained a year.
You've gained a whole year. Now that's a blessing.
That's
What a
a
great way!
blessing.
What a great way to
back
start
in time.
2026.
Lovely.
Tom's birthday
Look,
on
it's-
Wednesday.
Buttoning.
Yes, on Wednesday.
It means a lot to me.
Clearly, Benjamin Buttoning. So make sure you watch the episode before he becomes a baby.
By the end of this episode, I'll be like Voldemort under a bench.
Face. Right, with that, those are the announcements. Is there anything I missed? Anything that people want to shout out or be hyped about?
I want to complete my New Year's resolution of playing more D&D.
Hang on. Yeah, we can make that happen. Let's run that intro.
Yes!
Welcome to Altheya, the Dragon Empire. Crownfall. Scholars have noted this phenomena since the earliest days of the Empire, though some say it happens with more regular occurrence now than it has in the past. The event occurs when pieces of the unstable moon, known as the Crown, break away from the main body and plummet to Althea's surface. The Crownfall appears to be comprised of stony, rock-like mineral, as well as the metallic ore that makes up the metal called crown steel. The majority of this mineral and the metal itself is burned up as the debris falls to the world's surface, leaving behind various sizes of raw metal ore that causes large craters and shockwaves upon impact. However, this is not all. The crown appears to be some sort of habitat, or prison, depending on the scholar's interpretation, for creatures comprised of celestial and fiendish planar energies. These are believed to have been the soldiers that fought alongside Sovereign during the Equinox War and called forth as part of the Bright Storm. These creatures seem untouched by the forces that burn away the rocky structure of the Crownfall and cling to it, as well as each other, similar to the phenomenon observed with when a queen bee is removed from a hive. The creatures swarm over the falling debris and form a cocoon around it, arriving on Altheya along with the surviving metal. These creatures come in various forms, with varying degrees of sentience and intelligence. Most are like enraged beasts, but some, often called emissaries, show great intelligence and magical powers, and are able to open rifts that draw forth more of their kind from somewhere yet unknown. Regardless of form, the creatures show utmost malice, hatred, and violence towards the people of Altheya, and strike out at populated settlements with little fear. Various laws and edicts have been put into place for both citizenry and draconic nobility concerning Crownfall, a breakdown of which can be read in Scholariat's Edina Farlow's History and Politics of the Empire. Quote, Natural and Magical Phenomena of Ilmera, Scholariat Hadrian Tamtree. Gruff, you were enjoying a quiet evening, a cold evening out in your sanctuary, looking up at the night sky and the moons of Altheya, when little Springheart, the dryad that you had rescued from the Feywield, sort of tugged at your paw and sort of at your fur as you were holding her, and sort of pointed up into the sky like, Gruff, look at that pretty light. And as you looked up, you saw this streaking light falling from the crown, a red and golden firework that is growing and growing in size as it begins to plummet towards Althea's surface. What happens next?
Can I kind of see the trajectory, like, and guess, like, what direction or distance it's gonna land?
I would say that's going to be, well, in fact, before we do that, because it's important, let's roll our fate, because I think that is going to be a factor into this.
New Year, new me.
Our Crucible of Fate,
Oh,
our
New Year, new
custom
me.
system, to give you guys a little advantage, but also perhaps empower the enemies and forces against you. Katie, what do we get?
4.
A 4, that is a dice for you.
I got a 2026.
That's
That-
gonna be my joke.
It's a dice for
You
you.
can do it again if you want. You might get it better than me.
I got a 2026!
Nice for you.
Yes!
Chris Trott.
God, 2023.
That's a dice for me.
2024!
2024, another dice for you. And then what is my roll? Oh, a 1. That is a dice for me. So we have a 4 to 2 on our Crucible of Fate.
Yeah.
Slightly fate is leaning in your favor currently. But Gruff, I would like you to you want to track the trajectory and estimate where you think this thing's going to land. I think that's going to be more of a survival roll than a perception roll, because it's not just about seeing it, it's about making that guesstimate of, land and terrain and trajectory.
8 plus 8, 16.
16. I'm not going to give you, for a 16, I'm not going to give you an exact answer. I'll let you, as a question, what would you like to ask me as a question about its trajectory? Like, exactly where it's going, or?
If it's, like, in the direction of Kelskaris, like, the kind of
see.
vague, like...
Vague direction. I will tell you this on a 16. It is not going to impact into Ashen Rest. You don't suspect that based on where it's falling, it is not going to land directly here. It is not going towards Kelskaris. It is going to land within several miles of Ashen Rest, out to the west-ish.
West-ish.
Yes.
Right. So I've got Springheart in my arms.
And she's looking up at this thing just in awe, like, wow, what is that? Like, what's that thing falling from the sky? And like pointing at it.
I think his arms around her just get slightly, like, tighter, like, as he kind of tenses up and like...
Whoa, it's very pretty light, isn't it?
Yeah, and she's sort of looking up at it in wonder.
Right, Springheart, we're just gonna go inside for a wee moment, okay?
I'm just going to go inside. Meanwhile, Xanthius, so
Yes.
you're heading inside with Springheart Gruff. Xanthius, you have awoken from that dream that you had.
Yeah, and the last words from my dream visitor was something along the lines of, I'm going to send you a gift, right?
Correct.
Yes, okay, good. Okay, good.
You wake up in your bedroom in Tyria's Rest. Are you like sweating? What kind of state is Xanthius?
I mean, I imagine the corrupted arm is hot, like it is burning, but it's not something I'm like feeling pain over, but it's like
Like the
It's-
gold
yeah.
lines are like glowing, and there's that heat emanating from it.
Yeah, and I think my initial thing would be to rip off any coverings I might have over the arm to see if it's spread any further. I'm expecting that gift to be an internal thing, like he's affecting the crown steel that I currently have. So
Let's
that's
have,
what I would be
let's have
doing.
another roll here. Let's have a medicine check to see if you can
Medicine.
determine if this thing has spread, the corruption has spread.
Yeah, because unless Crownfall makes this loud ass noise.
You don't hear anything.
Okay, fantastic.
Not yet.
It's just an air raid siren. -2. That's a 5.
You look, and there's this panic in your mind where you're not sure. Like, has this spread up your arm? Like,
Yeah.
wasn't it closer to your elbow? That little mole on your arm, wasn't it there before? And you're not quite sure if this is spread or not.
Yeah.
But you don't feel anything different. When you've always felt when the power has grown, when you've developed new abilities because of the corruption, like you've generally been aware of it, and you don't feel that currently.
Okay. Is it
There is this
also,
uncertainty.
is it also a dream that is fully lodged within my mind, or is it like
You remember every second.
okay? In that case, I will. Yeah, I will. I mean, it's like late at night. It's like
It's late, but you guys went to bed fairly early because you knew that
Yeah.
you had like been doing quite a lot of things. So like this is probably isn't like, middle of the morning. This is like late, like midnight-ish, something like that.
okay. Yeah, I will start to. Well, I'd put some covering on, and I will
Make your way out.
Make my way downtown, walking fast.
Okay.
Homebound.
I'm homebound.
Daisy,
Crownbound.
you also had a dream. Slightly different to Xanthius's. A very odd dream, a mixture of being chased and being hunted, but those were memories, Nim's memories, not a dream, not yours. But then you remember this hunter, and there was this almost benevolence and kindness and gentleness that perhaps might have been unexpected. I don't know, you tell me. But there was this gentleness, but then this immediate sense of when you tried to run and save Nim, this pursuit, this awareness that you are now being hunted. But you wake up. What does Daisy do?
Probably burritos and puts her face completely under the blanket and is just lying in the room. She probably just doesn't know what to do.
Sure.
So she's like, I'm just gonna hide myself.
Just a bad dream,
And
maybe.
I think she's always aware that it's something that could happen. So it's something that's obviously crossed her mind. Plus she's talked about it already anyway. So she knows that it's a possibility. So it's not like I imagine it's something that's potentially happened before that she's had a nightmare about. Like, so
And does she think about that?
probably.
So I think that you remember being very, very young, growing up you grew up in Hearth, didn't you? In the village of Hearth.
No, it was Greenvine, I want to say.
Oh, yes, it was, yeah, correct. You remember being a young girl and having a similar sensation, but there was no face to it. It was just a sense, like being tracked by a wolf or a creature. But that same sense of being hunted kind of dawns on you. But now there is this strange, completely faceless hood of just light, but sensing this powerful being residing into it, these ribbons of light trailing off of them. But you sort of bundle yourself up, hoping to, it was a bad dream, not going to think about it. Do you reach out to Nim or?
I don't think she would, because I think she also is aware that Nim knows this and Nim feels bad for putting her in danger anyway. So I think that she probably doesn't like to make Nim feel bad and just keeps it to herself.
I think that without doing that, Nim would probably tell you though, like, little one, I thought I heard something from Xanthius's room, because I think you guys have rooms next to each other.
They're next to each other.
I thought I could hear something. I don't know if he's all right. And you kind of hear that. And you and then you hear the door open.
I will come outside. I've got the blanket completely
Just wrapped around
around me, and just my face and probably some curls just on shit.
Perfect.
And I'll open the door.
So you open the door.
Xanthius!
Oh, Daisy! Oh, scared the life out of me.
And on
Sorry.
that,
Up.
I'm going to throw it over. So as you have this like moment where you're like, oh, and then we're going to throw it over. Rowan, You had just gone to bed. No strange dreams for Rowan. But is there anything like that you think is Rowan just peacefully asleep in his bed, or is this like have you woken up for like a little snack or anything like that?
No, he's like he's in really deep
Like
sleep.
drooling.
super. No, he
Yeah, I mean,
probably
it could be.
spent a good amount of time finding a new spot for his new boots.
Perfect. Yeah.
And once he's settled on there, he starts to go to bed just at the point
Where this is happening.
where this is
So,
happening.
Sure.
Right,
Sure.
He's content now. They're in a good spot. He looks.
They fit your feet perfectly. You've like stretched them out. You know,
Yeah.
they fit nicely now. These
see
elven,
you
sort
tomorrow.
of elvish green leather boots with these beautiful designs of fairies going up the sides,
Yeah.
like these boots of levitation that you have. You've taken them off. You've got them all set nicely, and then you hear this kind of like boom, boom, oh, Dave, you scared, and you kind of hear this conversation happening outside.
Okay, and then I'll walk to the door and.
Sure.
Boom! No, I won't.
Yeah. We hear that scream sort of echo through. What about Ophelia?
I think
Rhiannon.
Ophelia wouldn't be in the tavern. She'd probably be in her shrine after the communion with the Grey Father.
Yeah, you remember, and I think that the memories of that communion are still lingering a little bit with Ophelia. And I don't know, you tell me, because there was a moment there where the Grey Father seemed very displeased with some of the things you said and asked for. And how is Ophelia feeling after that communion?
Yeah, I think Ophelia would be sitting on one of the pews. Percy, maybe Teresa as well, just like sat by her side with like a glass of wine in one hand, just sort of mulling it over with her eyes closed. Just, I don't want to feel like I'm doing the wrong thing in his eyes,
How could you be, Sister Ophelia?
but I'm doing the right thing in Xanthias's eyes, surely.
Are you talking more to yourself here?
Yeah, she's just sort of mumbling, just so many paths to take.
So as you go to take another sip of that wine, Ophelia, Gruff, maybe a minute has passed since Springheart pointed that out, and you've been, as you went in, do you like go to the window to like check it, or are you just going into the inn to try and gather everyone else?
I would just go straight in, like, just open and.
You go in, you're like, you start making your way up the stairs to trying to grab everybody, when this shockwave of like impact, like force, like wind, buffets the windows right in the little past the corridor where your rooms are, the three, Rowan, Daisy, and Xanthias. The windows kind of shudder, and the whole tavern almost seems to like shudder for a second. Ophelia, this blast rips through the shrine. You know, your wine goes spilling all over the place. The candles are all blown out as this impact shockwave. Not enough to cause destruction, but enough to be felt throughout all of Ashen's Rest.
Yeah, I think Ophelia would draw her sword, like get up and like run to the door and surprise open the shrine door.
You can see that, like, there is, you know, dust from the cobblestone streets, and leaves from the garden have all been sort of blown out and things like that. Maybe you can start to hear neighbors like, what's happening? You kind of hear these voices down the street, children crying, babies crying. There's like, maybe like, something just broke my windows. You're kind of hearing this conversation scattered around, but there's no immediate thing, but you just remember this immense kind of sense of force blow past you. Gruff, you make your way up the stairs and you sort of hold on to the banister with Springheart as this thing rockets and sort of rocks the entire inn for a second, and you can hear the sounds of the others upstairs like making their way down.
I think there'll probably be a moment where we all see each other, and I just. From the sky. It's fallen. From the sky.
Oh God, I thought
What?
it might have been that.
What? What's falling?
Yeah, what is falling?
I've tripped over my blanket. I'm on the floor. What's happening?
My wine is on the floor! What has just happened?
The crown. It's
What?
fallen from the crown.
He
The crown?
visited in my dreams again and promised a gift to me. I think that might have been me somehow.
What?
You saw it fall outside.
Oh, Xanthias.
Okay.
That wasn't very, very subtle of him. If that was the intention, it wasn't very subtle. It was, and then now the whole of Ashen's Rest has felt that because that was horrendous.
Well, we need to leave, right? We can't stay here. I can't stay here if everyone knows that that's just happened, and that's apparently for me.
Well, did you see where it landed?
A general direction.
Hold on. I go upstairs and get my boots.
Start putting the boots on, tugging those boots on as you do. I feel that you've sort of run in, you've heard this conversation, you've now joined, everyone. Teresa, as you're running, Teresa's like, I have to get home to my family, I need to go and check on them.
Yes, Teresa, go,
Sort of
you
shuffles
must,
off.
of course.
As you guys, about 5 minutes after you saw it, Gruff, 4 minutes since that sort of impact wave hit, you now begin to hear bells ringing across the city. And it doesn't take long before one of the Duke's guards is making their way down your street where the tavern is and just is calling out, Crownfall! Crownfall! Citizens of Ashen's Rest, gather supplies! More information will follow shortly! Crownfall! Crownfall! And they're making their way, calling this out. There's a crier with a bell ringing, and you can hear the alarm bells from the watchtowers going. And with that, you begin to hear the hustle and bustle as citizenry is, jumped from their beds and is now preparing for this event.
So none of us are actually from Ashen Rest, but do we know a general sort of procedure for Crownfall?
I think the thing is you and Daisy are from Cauldra, but you're from villages.
Yeah.
So it'd be a little different for you guys. So you would know some stuff, but not everything. Same for you, Gruff, up in Iceheart. Rowan, you're sort of a traveler who's moved around a fair bit. So again, I don't know how much you would know of like city or town life for something like this.
Duck, dip, dodge,
We.
dive and duck.
Yeah. And Ophelia, for you, just no idea. Like, you know of Crownfall, but when it happens in Osseous, it is dealt with by the upper members of the faith. And a citizen like you you just know it is a thing that happens sometimes, but you don't really know anything about it because it's very much kept by the ecclesiarchy, by the Mortarch ecclesiarchy. They handle it. So it's never really been something you've ever had to trouble yourself with. For those of you from like more village life here, you would know that, Crownfall is a phenomena that has been happening for a long time. It is rare, but it is common enough that there are processes and procedures and things like that for it. You might not know all of the ins and outs and like the technicalities, but generally, if Crownfall happens near a settlement, you get your shit, you get somewhere defensive, or you get out, basically.
Right.
And then the local lord or lady will dispatch their army to deal with the Crownfall. You might not know what that means. Now, we as players know that it sounds like there are these creatures that fall and there's crown steal and everything else, but all you would know is that, Crownfall bad, and the army deals with it,
It's like
basically.
a quarantine zone.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. But also some sort of threat. And I think, I would say everybody can make a history roll for me, just to see if you know any, stories or you've heard of anything else that happens with it.
That's really cool. Can I load my roll with a question specifically?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
I'll make that, I suppose if it's a specific question.
No, don't worry, I got a 5.
Okay. I was going to say I'll lower the DC, but...
Okay.
Well, what was your specific question?
The specific question was more a question of what kinds of creatures would come out,
Sure.
not to use the phrase sentience because
Yes.
birds are sentient, but
We famously know birds are sentient,
But-
smarter than sentient.
but are they able to communicate? Are they able to do stuff like that?
So I'd say on a
Anyway.
5, what I'm going to tell you is all you know is childhood stories.
Right.
And when Crownfall happens, it brings monsters.
Sure.
And those monsters are the most terrifying. They're worse than Voltspawn.
Right.
They are to be feared. You run away. They can, they were servants of Sovereign, and they can burn. They can destroy your soul.
Yeah.
All these horrific stories of monsters.
We had one.
How much sentience they have, and how you don't know.
Okay, I better start believing in those stories.
What
I am one.
What do we get history-wise over here? Anything high? 14?
13.
13?
2.
2. I'd say on a 13,
We did good.
This is
Rowan.
the first time this has ever happened.
Rowan, you would know. You're a bard. You're a bard. You're a traveler. You know stories as well. You know that when Crownfall happens, there are creatures that fall with the metal, with the chunk of the crown, and these creatures they will attack any settlements. They are savage. They're not you can't negotiate with them. They won't listen. They are like beasts, basically. And they have strange powers. You know that they possess magic, powerful abilities. And you know that often if an army is not sufficient, or like does not have, if it is not a large force, like say a small village town guard, they're not going to be able to hold these things off. This takes armies or powerful knights. And in fact, many stories of knights are them facing the creatures of a Crownfall and defeating them and neutralizing them. And that's many of, so it takes powerful individuals to actually defeat these things, or armies, basically. And depending on the size of the Crownfall, you might be dealing with a dozen of these creatures. You might be dealing with hundreds of these creatures. You might be dealing with thousands of these creatures. You just don't know.
This is really bad.
This is awful.
And you're saying that you had this...
Sovereign appeared in a dream and was trying to tempt me, turn me over to its side again, but I resisted. I fought against it. I even tried to... It showed me a dagger. I tried to attack him, but he offered me a gift, and that's when I woke up. And now this happens. It's too much of a coincidence.
Do you think something specific fell that he wants you to have?
I don't know. I don't know anything more
You
than...
can't have anything that comes from Crownfall.
No.
It's all monsters. It's
But
terrifying.
also, I don't think anyone else should have it either. What if someone bad finds that?
What if because you tried to attack him, he sent someone to attack you?
It's from the dream. It's a gift rather than a threat, right? Or
I mean, Sovereign's this alien divine power.
yeah,
Sending something to fight you and make you stronger could be a gift in its eyes. How do you know this creature? Like, this creature is not a human mind.
Sure.
It's not a humanoid mind.
I've sent you a gift. It's your own doom.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
yeah,
It could be.
Yeah,
It could very well be that. It's very hard to tell. I will let you make an insight roll, but I'm going to tell you now the DC is
preemptive insight on
on Sovereign. A
post-emptive.
Does the gift come with a receipt?
Yeah, can I return
But the
this?
DC for this is very high.
I'm going to fate it.
Okay.
Because insight, you say.
Insight.
Oh, I only got +2. But watch this. Drive. 17.
17 total.
17 total.
Is-
Not terrible, but
I'm going to say, unfortunately,
Probably
as I
not
said,
enough
the
against
DC
the
was
god.
very high.
yeah. Yep.
Impossible to know this thing's mind. This could be a weapon. It could be a particularly powerful bit of crown steel to like fuel you. It could be a creature to test you and make you stronger. Who knows what this thing could be?
I don't know, but whatever it is, I don't know if it can speak, if it can declare itself. I don't know if it will talk about me. I don't know anything about it.
Don't speak.
Is it just metal? Is it just crown steel that falls? Is it...
It could be anything. But should we get there? Because if we don't get there, then the guards will get there. And if it does speak and it says your name,
Is it expected of us to join this
we're the
fight against
heroes
it?
of Ashen
It is a
Rest.
fight.
Oh,
It wouldn't be unexpected for us to show
Although-
up.
You know, Crownfall happens, and us going to Crownfall is going to make you, to a particular someone, very suspicious.
in front of an
And I don't want
army
you
of
going-
dukes and more.
You know what happens when he goes near Crown Steel?
And we are so close to getting those essences for you. We are so close to fixing this problem. I don't want to take that risk.
I am going regardless.
Where are you going? Graf, like Springheart's been here.
Yeah, she's been in my arms the whole time.
Where are you going?
I'm going to where the crown fell.
Can I come? It looks so pretty.
No, little one.
Why?
It'll be very dangerous for you.
She sort of like looks around.
You know,
impressed.
fire is very beautiful.
I don't like fire.
Exactly.
Okay,
it
I
looks
don't want to
lovely,
go.
but it feels hot.
Is it like a big fire, Mr. Rowan?
Yes.
I don't want to go to it.
We'll have you stay with your uncle Matteo.
Okay, I like Matteo. Matteo probably is like, because I think he stays here. He has like a small
given him
room.
my room.
Yeah, so he's like on the level below you guys on like the side, and like he will sort of like. Obviously, I don't want to interrupt. I think that there's important conversations happening, but what is the plan?
can you look after Springart, please?
Of course I can. But what is? I mean, I
Look out
know.
the window and see, because obviously everyone there was the guards with the bells and things. Is there like general, not chaos as such, but people fleeing their houses?
No. In fact, you would
An upside
see.
down car on fire.
You
the
would
sign of the apocalypse.
see the opposite to that. You see very orderly. You look out the inn, and there's a family that live on the other side of the street, and they are like making their way out. And like the dad's got like one of the kids who's like a bit younger up on his shoulder, and he's got a backpack which seems to be full of supplies. The mum's got like several like packs in her hands. They've got another sort of like teenage son with them who's also carrying some supplies, and they're now waiting out on the street. And you see more and more of your neighbors are like coming out, and then after a few moments, like a squadron of the Duke's army come along, and they're like, citizens, you have everything, right, follow us, we're taking everyone to the barrack, to the forge, you'll be safe there. Do you kind of like, do you have everything, all members of your family accounted for? Yes, of course, you come with this way. And you see them being led to the forge barracks, and it seems quite orderly. There's fear. There's definitely, these people are afraid and scared, but the guards themselves seem a little uncertain, but there is a process here that's being followed.
Yeah.
Right, Matteo, grab some supplies, grab some of your belongings, take Springart, go to the barracks with everyone else.
All right, and Spring's like, no, I can't leave my tree.
Ah, right. Sorry, I thought you could, as long as it was in the
I can't go too far from it.
Matteo, are you okay to stay here then?
Of course. I mean, I think I should stay here and look after the place anyway. I mean, if nothing else, Xanthius, your workshop's down in the basement.
It is, yes.
I can take her down there. It's still within the realms, but it should be fine. I mean, I don't know much about this town, but, it's got walls and defences, right? So it should be fine. I'm sure we'll be fine here. This is all just precaution, right, for the Crownfall?
Hopefully.
Yes, I'm sure it'll be all right. But, yes, I suppose you all need to think about what you're going to do, but...
I'm going to go out there. There's no question about that. I don't expect any else of you to come as well.
Oh, I have to go.
Xanthius is our priority.
I don't
It
know
is-
if I should go.
It is, I know, that's what I'm saying. It's probably dangerous for you to go, especially with other members of the public going there as well.
Unless we just try and beat them.
Then
Get
we
there
have to go
before they
now.
do.
I also don't know what will happen if I don't go.
I think he needs to be there. If it's a gift for him, what if we need him to be there?
Rowan starts counting on his fingers. I've got an escape plan, and I bring out the runestone of Hearth and Home. Things get bad.
You just come back.
Instantly come back.
It's a good contingency.
Matteo will sort of be like, come on, Springheart, darling, come on, I've got some stories I'm going to tell you. And she's like, yeah, I love your stories. And he'll like take her off and like sort of give you the nod. And as he leads her down the stairs, he's like, well, did I ever tell you the story about how our good old Uncle Gruff saved me from a monster from the sea? Oh, and starts telling this story about your adventures on the coast and things like that.
Don't go near the cold spider.
Don't touch it.
Very good. I will not.
Or the rose.
The cold rose.
Cold rose.
Don't go near
poison
anything
spider,
down there.
Spiky
Just
bark,
don't touch
poison
things.
Or
spider.
the bucket of acid.
Why don't we stay in the bar
the door.
until we desperately need to go in the basement? Yes, I think, why don't I get you a nice hot chocolate?
away
Do you
from the
drink
alcohol.
hot chocolate? You're a tree. Maybe some water? Just sort of like takes her down, and she's chatting away with him as you guys are left down. So you guys have been having this conversation for a little bit of time. And Xanthius,
Uh-oh.
of course.
Here it comes.
A message in your
Yep.
mind.
I was waiting for that.
Where are you?
Oh.
My father is going to send a summons for you and the others. What is your intent?
See, we're being sent anyway.
Sovereign sent a message. Gruff intends to go.
Blame Dad, sure.
Tell me what to do.
And you just leave it there.
He's learning to be
Excellent,
honest with him.
it would be a few moments later, you would get another sending spell from Obsidius that would say, in this booming draconic voice in your mind, I'm surprised. You should come to the summons. You should hear the situation. Then we will decide. I fear allowing others to claim whatever is there.
That's fair. The Duke is going to summon us. The Duke is going to summon us anyway.
Where?
Sidious is telling me to go there.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Where?
Probably to the...
To the Dominus, yeah.
Yeah, Dominus Signorum.
This would be like a summons to meet with the Duke, basically.
Should we just go now? I
we
feel
have
like
to.
speed is.
Gruff's already at the door. He's doing that
Needed.
thing. You know when dads are like, they've got their car keys and they've been waiting and they're just like, and everyone's faffing and they're just like,
wait! I will stumble over my blanket as I pull my boots on over my frilly socks. I'm coming! I'm coming!
Yeah, like, are you guys going to grab anything extra? Or are you, like, obviously I'm going to assume you take some moments to grab your gear and your
Usually
weapons and
stuff,
armor and
yeah,
stuff like that. Because don't forget, putting things like armor does take a bit of time
Yeah.
and stuff. So, for those of you who don't have magical scarab armors,
Percy, you ready to come for another little walk?
yes, of course, wherever you are needed.
Lovely.
Walkies!
Walkies, Percy.
Wherever you need me, Mother, I will go wherever you ask.
Should I get Rodri?
Audrey's back at the
Stable.
We should
Stables.
probably find out what we need to do first.
Okay.
Then we can get him.
I've got another means of transport too. Never mind.
Possibly. No, it's fine. By the time you guys have kind of finished gathering your supplies, putting your armor on, all of that kind of stuff, I think that there would be a sort of knock at the door as you're kind of gathered in the downstairs part of the tavern, and you actually recognize the soldier sort of at the front of this little squad. A pink tiefling that you remember as Bliss, with her little heart tail, and she'll sort of like and be like, "Oh, sorry, I'm glad that you're all here and all up. Duke Ignarius has sent word to summon you to the Dominus Signorum. He wants to meet with you about the Crownfall."
Wonderful. Are we all ready?
Yes, I think we're happy
Hi, Rowan.
to follow you.
Bliss.
Well, I think we're happy to leave now and, yes, go
Great,
meet
yeah.
the Duke.
He said as soon as possible. I'm to escort you there. I'm not meant to leave you until.
Has he sent any forces already?
Scouts have been, scouts immediately were established. We're establishing the extent of it, what we're looking at. He's currently meeting with the Lord Marshal and a bunch of the others to discuss plans for how to deal with it, basically. But he asked for you to come and attend that meeting.
Well, we can't say no to a summons.
No.
Duke himself.
All right, if you follow me then,
Yes.
please. And the group of them, and the guards kind of form up around you, almost like a little protection squad.
Oh, this is nice.
As you are led out, I mean, I say protection squad, they know that you're stronger than them, but it's that, like, giving you that air of authority and that, they are on important business. Like, do not interact with us, basically.
Reminds me of when we were in Wave Meet. We had guards surrounding us.
Yeah.
yeah.
But you make your way through Ashen's Rest, and what you find is the town is mobilizing. You can see the watchtowers, the braziers have been lit. You can see that there are soldiers already taking archer positions on the walls and things like that. In the streets, citizens are being moved to the barracks, the forge, or to other secure locations in the city, like the stonemason's tower and things like that. Any sort of defensible, sturdy building that they can be housed, they're being moved there. And I think with this being several months since the demonic attack here on Ashen's Rest that in fact earned you the moniker of the heroes of Ashen's Rest, Ashen Rest, there is a stoic doggedness to their movements. You can see that, men and women, mothers and fathers and things like that, they haven't just gathered supplies, they're clutching like their old family sword that their grandfather had as a soldier, or they're carrying like blacksmith hammers and things like that. They've put on like scraps of leather as like a kind of crude armor. These are people who have already gone through one quite, powerful attack on the city, and they're not willing to be caught unprepared again.
Not another one.
Not another one. And you see that the soldiers march through the streets in squads, moving to certain locations, carrying missives, delivering messages, escorting civilians to certain places. This is a very mobilized endeavor, and there is structure and order to what's happening. You make your way to the Dominus Ignarum, and even considerate Orgrim does not give you much trouble this time as you are sort of marched through its doors. You can see that elite knights of the Dominus Ignarum have formed up and are mobilizing as well. And you are led through, not into the main audience chamber, to a side chamber where there is this long, huge ceiling, like tall ceilinged passageway corridor with all sorts of seating outside of it, a sort of waiting area, and there are these enormous dragon-sized doors that lead into a chamber, but it is currently closed. You can see there are several officers of the Duke's army already waiting, and two other figures that you recognize: Sir Griold, in his armor. His beautiful sort of titanium platinum crown of earth skin growing out of his head, his big beard braided, fully clad in armor, his crossbow sort of on his shoulder, and he gives you all a very sort of stoic nod as you all enter. And he's like, "I'm good to see you," and sort of kind of gives you this nod as you all enter. The other figure that you do recognize is Dame Cassandra, the other Knight of the Realm, who you had an opportunity to go on an adventure with, but went elsewhere. You can see that she now has this eye patch and quite heavy scarring down one side of her face, and she's got several banded. You know, she looks like she's still recovering from some injuries, but she has a giant, big sort of musketeer's hat on. She has a rapier at her side, and she kind of gives you a weak sort of like nod and a little curtsy bow. But you can see that she does not look to be fully recovered from whatever event and adventure she went on. But they sort of nod in your direction as you arrive, as you are. And the guards at the door will say, "Please, a moment. The Duke is just in another conversation right now. We will meet with you all very, very shortly." And you're sort of asked to wait outside.
Is there any part, because Dominus Ignarum is quite high up in the city, right?
Yes.
So elevated. Is there any part of the journey either into the Dominus Ignarum or through past any windows or anything that see over the walls of the city?
Let's say that there's a window here, like there's these beautiful kind of arched windows in this corridor that you're currently facing that just so happens to be, it runs along the western side of the building, and they look out from across the city walls, because it is, you're right, high up, and you absolutely can see into the beautiful hills and countryside beyond.
So is there a area where this has obviously fallen that I can see?
Give me a perception roll. Let's just see. It's also nighttime.
Yes, you're right.
And you are staring out the window.
I'm expecting, in my head, I'm expecting to see this fucking glowing thing.
Crater.
Perception -2. 12.
12. You don't see anything immediately in sort of your vision range, right? But it is quite hilly terrain around here. You know, Cauldre is very hilly. There's a lot of valleys and vales, and so you don't immediately see like a glowing crater or like armies being surging out of somewhere or anything like that. Quest icon, you don't see that. Objective, no, you don't see any of that. If anything, the only thing I would say is that the far horizon, you almost think like, whoa, is it? I didn't think it was that late, because you almost feel like it's the beginning light of dawn, but then you realize it's in the wrong place. It's on the wrong side. Because there is this on the horizon, this very faint kind of golden glow that's almost like rising from something in the distance, and it's creating enough light to almost create this sort of not very, very dim, very, very dim sort of effect. But I'd say that's about it. Whose passive perception, by the way, is over 16?
Hello. Mine, I think.
Daisy's and Gruff's. So as you're all 19.
What if mine is exactly half of that?
Then you don't hear anything. So those of you who don't have it, so Gruff, you're going to hear this you can hear a muffled conversation because somebody in that room just is raising their voice, but these are thick walls, thick doors, so you don't hear the exact words, but you definitely hear like a raised voice, and you know it's the Duke's voice. The rest of you don't really hear anything. Maybe you're having a chat with somebody, you're chatting with Bliss, or you're sort of taking it, you're looking out the windows, Antheus, maybe you're taking in the sort of like what's going on. But Daisy, whether it's Nim sort of augmenting your hearing or something like that, you can make out the words that are being spoken inside. And you hear the Duke's voice, trembling and thunderous as it is. You know the edicts and the oath sworn. You will go nowhere near that thing. Neither of us will. We will help with the defense. Is that understood? You hear that sort of
I'm
bellow.
starting up a group chat between everyone.
You feel like Nim's connection reach into your mind as this telepathic conversation links you.
And I'll just repeat what was said. The Duke doesn't want them going near it.
Who?
I think it's probably Obsidious.
Yes, I mean, dragons and Crownsteel.
Yeah.
Bad history.
Scions, it means there's all the more reason to send us then.
That's probably why we're
I
being
know.
sent. But we're still gonna need a plan because he can't know anything.
Dame Cassandra, Griold, sorry we're so nervous and tired.
Understandable, lad, understandable.
We don't
Is
really...
this Grield's voice?
I don't think it's Scottish, isn't he?
Is he Scottish? He's more.
Scottish, yeah.
He's Scottish. I don't think so.
Shout
lad.
at you again!
Nay, you don't need to, lass. No, understandable, son. It's this is a grave moment.
Yes, we don't really understand the usual process here. Have you experienced Crownfall before yourself?
Myself, no. I've never. Crownfall has never happened this close to Ashen's Rest, and I tend to, being a Knight of the Realm, I mainly deal with affairs here in North Vale. Dame Cassandra. Oh, what's that? You have, Rowan. Ah, good. What do you know of it?
Well, in the Azar Steppe when we were roaming around.
Must be very different there without more permanent structures to form defensively behind.
All we know is this big golden light fell from the sky miles away, kind of similar to where we are. Before we knew it, we were upheaved because these huge military units were carving their way through where we were currently staying. And all I could see, because I was very young at the time, strange creatures and stories that came back from injured militia.
Yes, well, I've heard the stories. So, Dame Cassandra, what about you? Well, forgive me, it's wonderful to see you all again. What I do know is, in terms of processes, is the draconic nobility are not they swore oaths to the Empress, and there are laws set down by the Empress that dragons are not allowed near the impact sites of Crownfall. Instead, that duty falls to the Church of the Scions, and that is where the Holy Knights are dispatched to recover the material, let's call it, to make sure that it does not fall into the wrong hands. But there are always stories. One so visible as this, I imagine that there will be other forces making their way to try and claim it as well. So swiftness is of great importance here. But also, there are creatures that land with the Crownfall as well. Beings, monsters made of planar magic. I'm hoping that this is not a large one. I've heard stories that the large ones can be. These creatures, they are not, they're not soldiers or beasts. They are resistant to weaponry. They have magic all of their own. It takes, 10, 15 soldiers to take one of them down. So their numbers, although small, they are quite a potent force for us to deal with. We can only hope. The Duke is an experienced commander and a great military mind. I'm sure that we will be able to put this to rest without any danger to the citizenry, at least. But yes. Indeed. I imagine that I won't speak for the Duke, but I imagine that he will ask me to march out with the army to encounter these beasts, whatever they are. We'll likely set up an advanced sort of force to intercept them before they reach the city walls, whereas the second company of the Duke's army will remain here and defend the city, defend the town itself. I imagine Duke Ignaris will probably join the interception force, but I don't know.
Sounds very, very thorough, very efficient.
And I know I've not had much time to speak with Sir Glory, the newest Holy Knight, but I know Sir Morning, the other Holy Knight of Melia, a very skilled swordsman, swordsperson and warrior. I don't know what their chances against the beasts at the impact site will be, but I know that they have the blessing of Melia and the blessing of Pyrrhus, and I can only hope that that's enough for them to deal with it. They'll have a small squadron of warriors, I imagine, with them as well.
I will join them.
Really? I believe that, yes, that may work out quite well, Sir Gruffith. As a Knight of the Realm, I am not allowed near the impact site, neither is Dame Cassandra. We represent the Duke, and we are servants of the Duke, we are sworn to the Duke, and so his edicts, the oaths and edicts and laws that bind him from approaching apply to us. But a knight of a knightly order who is not bound to a draconic lord or lady, that you would be eligible. Even though you are a knight errant, I understand you are not fully a knight yet. I believe that they would be unable to refuse your assistance should you offer it. But which would be very brave of you. I have no idea what you will face out there.
It makes sense. People need protecting.
Aye. But the Duke will have more information, surely. You can see, I think...
All right there, Tom.
Like I said before, my next character is going to be a plank.
What were those famous words you said to me when you created Xanthias?
Something about knives, I think.
Fuck my boy up.
Fuck my boy up,
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
really fuck my boy up.
It doesn't take, after that kind of conversation, there is a sort of, the doors open and you would see kind of stepping out of it, the Lord Marshal of Cauldra, who I forgot to bring up my notes with all of my extra NPC names.
Lord Harry Marshall.
No, it's not Harry Marshall. Barry, please stop the brownfall.
No, I quit.
For those of you who don't know, the Yogscast now friend Harry, that's how he talks.
Harry Barry.
Brownfall.
Harry Barry. The
Go
brown,
red,
the
go
brown.
brown.
Gotta stop the brownfall. That's really got me, actually. High Marshal Logan Gray is who comes out. You have met before. Logan. In fact, we made that very joke before.
I remember that, yeah.
We are repeating.
We made that very joke.
We have one joke.
Bug on me, Logan.
And he steps out and says, thank you all for coming. The Duke will see you all now. We have, do we have the lead scout here? And you see a young dwarven girl. She has like copper studs around her eyes for her skin. She's like, hey, I'm here, Lord Marshal. He's like, step inside. And you are all brought in together. Inside is a war room. An enormous table with a sculpted map of North Vale and the surrounding lands. You can see that this is, a beautiful work of art. It's been carved from wood, but then painted with the topography and landmarks and things like that. There are carved wooden miniatures to represent forces and things like that around it. Around the room is an armory of weapons and armors and shields, sort of displayed with a roaring fireplace in one wall that is emanating heat into this room. Those of you who are not dragon-blooded may find it quite uncomfortably warm to an extent, but Xanthias, it's creating a relaxed, sort of comforting warmth for you.
Yeah, okay.
And hates this.
Not for this furry boy.
No. You see that as the group of you enter, you see just the fading magic where previously both Duke Ignarius and Lord Obsidius had been in their draconic forms, but now as you are entering, you see just the faint traces of magic leaving them as they revert to their humanoid forms. Duke Ignarius, heavily scarred, his braided sort of dreadlocks-like hair kind of pushed back with a circlet, a sort of armored circlet over his head, shaped with a single crown, like a horn that wraps around his own horn kind of thing. Beautiful piece of armor and jewelry, dressed in formal sort of military attire. Obsidius, no insight roll needed to see him sort of seething in frustration in his decadent black and red robes. He is holding you've never seen him use this before, but an enormous staff, like a wizard staff, with a sort of clawed black and red draconic hands holding this pulsating sort of gemstone at the top of it, and it has this sort of twisted handle that goes all the way down to a spiked end, and he's sort of holding that to the side as he looks over the map and all of the group that enter. Chairs have been set aside for every single member who is here, as well as the other guests, and you can see the kobolds of the house are bringing out water jugs and glasses and refreshments and things like that. The Duke will boom a "Thank you all for coming so quickly. This is a rather urgent matter, and we have much to discuss. Please, seats." And we'll just gesture for you all to immediately sit down. Without waiting for a beat, he will immediately be like, "Is the lead scout here?" And the High Marshal will say, "She is, my lord. Deliver your report, scout." And this sort of young dwarf girl looks like a kind of very rangery, kind of has like loose leathers. You can see that she is dripping with sweat, as if she's just run across the entire town. And hanging from her belt is a sending stone that is almost softly glowing in like pulses. Like it will go off, and then a few moments later it will go off again, and she constantly has to kind of like and then you can see that on her her vambrace, she has this kind of like notepad that she's scribbling symbols into, like almost like quick, like she draws a symbol and that means a whole word to her kind of thing. So she's kind of writing in expert shorthand, and she's like, okay, and then she puts the thing back and then goes back. But as she's called up, she will bow, and she will just say, Daxa Copper Eyes, your lord, lead scout for the 3rd Company. We've had reports coming in from our advanced parties. They've done their best to get as close as possible to the impact site. We estimate it to be several miles northwest of Ashen Rest, still within North Vale, but bordering on the Heartlands province as well. We do suspect it from our reports. It's a big one. We suspect that there are quite a lot of the creatures that have been spotted, 2 forces of them, the largest of which it's heading straight for us. Like they know exactly where we are. There's normally these things they scout out around, they look for settlements, but this one is coming right here. There is another smaller force that's peeled away because there's also a small village not far from the impact site, the village of Hearth. It's about equidistant from the impact site as Ashen's Rest, but a smaller force has gone in that direction. We can only hope that the Lord Duke of the Heartlands will be able to send his own troops to help support them, because I don't think we're going to be able to get there in time. With that, and she sort of stumbles a little bit, and the Duke sort of kneels down to get down to her height. It's like, "You're doing very well, soldier. Please, take a moment." The other report I have is, at least one emissary has been present at the impact site, sir. The eyewitnesses have said they report rituals beginning. We think that they're summoning another wave of these creatures. They're not sure, but the scouts did say there may be a second emissary present as well, but they weren't able to tell. They had to flee the area before they were discovered. Very good, very good. We estimate, based on their current location and their speed, we're looking at about 5 to 8 hours before they arrive here in Ashen's Rest. You've done very well. You and your team should be very proud, soldier. Excellent work. Please resume receiving your reports on the sending stone. She's like, "Very good, my lord." And she kind of steps to the back, pulls off the sending stone, and again immediately starts like taking messages and missives.
I'm just trying to figure out what the gift is.
Friends, lots of new friends.
Yeah, loads of new friends. Yeah. I think this might have been a threat.
Maybe, who knows?
It might be his love language.
Yeah.
You will see the Duke. He doesn't address any of you yet. He's looked at you and like acknowledged that you're here, but he's not speaking to any of you directly yet. He will look around. He will nod to the High Marshal, and then turn to the rest and say, "This is unprecedented in North Vale, but it is not unexpected. Crownfall has been happening across this empire for since I was a wormling. We are prepared. We know what our duty here is, to protect the people of this Vale. People of Ashen's Rest, but also those beyond. I want solutions to this village in Hearth. We are far away. Can we divert a scouting force? Are they enough to intercept, to buy the villagers more time?" Murmurs of going on as that conversation takes heat. He then turns his attention. "So Griold, Dame Cassandra, as my Knights of the Realm, I will be instructing you to join the interception forces. Unfortunately, because of the oaths and edicts, I am not able to send you to the impact site. So Griold, you will join the 2nd Company and form a defensive line outside of the city on the fields to the west. You will be our interception force. I will be joining you there. Dame Cassandra, I know you are still recovering from your injuries in the matter of which took you away from the city. You and my son," he looks at Obsidius, "will remain here. My son will be able to provide magical defenses, and you will be able to lead the 1st Company in the defense of the city. I think that would be most wise for you. I hope that you are not insulted by this position. I understand that I offer this to you as you are wise and tactical and cunning, and I would entrust the defense of this town to yours." And she's like, "No, of course not, my lord. I understand my injuries are still quite grievous, and I am recovering. I think that this is the most prudent solution. My honor is not impeached at all, my lord. You do not need to worry about that." And he sort of smiles at her, and she smiles back.
How does Obsidius look?
He is not happy. Again, no insight roll is needed. He is not happy with this. But he is not saying anything. What are you guys? What's kind of going on with you guys at the moment? Conversation turns to the High Marshal, who starts talking about like troop deployments, what squadrons are going to be called into service, who's staying behind, who's doing what. They are talking about interception for this village of Hearth, which is, further away. So they're kind of going on to that, which gives you guys like a little bit of a minute here. If you wanted to have like a private conversation with each other, but you do also have Daisy's mind link. But also like, what are your reactions to everything that's going on? Like, how are people looking? What are you doing?
I think I'm just looking. Daisy's just looking between the Duke and Obsidius, just looking at them back and forth, just trying to keep an eye on the overall vibes, and yeah.
So when you do that, you would see that the Duke pays little attention to Obsidius. He is like talking to his advisors. He is planning this military strike, discussing military tactics, defensive formations and things like that. He barely acknowledges Obsidius in all of this. Like he's done what he said, this is what you are doing, and this is what you're going to do. I don't need to say anything else. Obsidius is glaring daggers at his father, but he also is glancing towards the group of you, and especially at Xanthius, and you can see that he is deep in thought.
Okay.
What is everyone else doing? Or do you want to have a little conversation amongst you?
I've been staring at Xanthius this whole time.
Okay.
Just staring.
I'm deep in thought, trying to figure out what it is I'm meant to be doing here. If there was a task that is being given to me by Sovereign, what is it he wants me to do? And in that case, how do I not do that? When there's plans to defend Hearth, I'm hoping that's the job that will be given. When there's plans to defend the city, I'm hoping that's the job will be given. It's starting to whittle down further and further and further that there's only a certain group of people that can go straight to the landing site.
Oh, wow.
And I really don't want that to be us.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So, Gruff, you're just looking at Xanthius, not like in a nasty way. No.
Just concern.
Yeah.
Just like, he's heard snatches of like, there's been a dream, there's been contact with Sovereign, there's this gift, and he's just staring at Xanthius like, who's touched my baby? Like, what's like, is he okay? Like,
Yeah, sure. What about Rowan and Altheya? What's going on with you guys?
I think Ophelia would be looking around at like the maps on the wall, trying to sort of gauge see if you can see like Hearth on the wall, if that's a map that's up there somewhere.
Well, the map is like in the middle of the table, and I think that they've highlighted. So like, you can see that they've got this kind of almost like an objective, like wooden marker, like an objective point. It looks like a sort of tower with a star on it, and they've placed that in the countryside northwest of Ashen's Rest. And I think that's probably the impact site, right? And then about equidistance between that, the distance between Ashen's Rest and the impact site, that same distance is, you can see that there's a tiny village to the west of the impact site, which you believe to be Hearth, based on the conversation they're having. You can see that there is a unit of scouts that are basically where the impact, just slightly to the side of the impact site. There's like a kind of wooden token for like a little scout. And then you can see that the High Marshal is like maneuvering more of these miniatures to form a defensive line between the impact site and Ashen's Rest, and is beginning to like layer up a advanced party. He also pulls out a gold and silver little marker of 2 knights, and he places them at the impact site.
Yeah, I think as he does that, Ophelia's eyes just kind of widen, and like you see her just sort of start to like fiddle, just like out of worry. What's the situation that's just being unfolded on this table?
Yeah, I guess this is Ophelia's never really seen like a war council.
No.
So I'm sure this is true for everybody, but you were part of quite a high society in Osseous, but this is the sort of thing that you would not have handled, or would not have been even the Countess's really, realm. So this is quite new for you.
Yeah, I think you just like look back to Percy and just be like,
Percy's just got his hood up like, I'm not a skeleton, don't look at me. I'm just late Sister Ophelia's butler, and hiding at the back.
Hello, fellow skin havers.
How do you do?
how are your organs today?
You know how I've got gloves that have like skeleton hands on them? Does he have gloves that have human?
Human hands. I think those are just called gloves, Kim.
Okay.
They're on the wrong hands.
What about Rowan?
Rowan's a little overwhelmed and a little disjointed, shall we say, from being dragged out of bed, just going down to bed, to
Method acting.
huge explosion, to suddenly at the Ducal Palace trying to absorb all this information.
Yeah, there is quite a lot going on.
So he's kind of closing off a little bit, trying not to listen to too much information. He'll just go where his friends go.
Yeah.
And instead, he's now narrating himself to try and preoccupy.
Okay.
And unfortunately, some of that is going through to the group chat. Like, tomorrow, I hope I have a bath. Hope there's enough time for that. Did I pack enough rocks for my journey? Everything's fine. La la la.
Yep.
Daisy's gonna 10 out of 10 be like, oh, Beth would be really nice.
Nice. So this,
Actually, yeah.
you kind of hear it
Daisy
bounce
in my-
around.
In my thoughts.
Yeah, no, you're talking to the group, Rowan. Yeah. It's okay, though. I kind of like it. It's a bit stressed, so.
Yeah, I'm a little overwhelmed by all this.
Yeah.
As the conversation begins to drift, and you see the High Marshal kind of take some of the officers away. Dax the Scout is sort of reporting with him. Even so, Grield and Dame Cassandra have finished their conversation with the Duke and are now basically going over and talking to some of the officers as well, which leaves just the group of you and the Duke and Obsidius, who are not already engaged in conversation. The Duke looks to you all and bows his head, inclines his head towards you. My friends, it has been some time since we spoke, and I must apologize for my demeanor in the last time that we spoke face to face. When you informed me of the activities of this cult out in the Ash Hills,
I gave him the book.
Oh, that was a bad time.
Please understand, my anger was not directed at any of you. You have done a great thing for this Vale, for my people. But my history with Galvassar and Crownsteel is a painful one. And so I was disturbed by what you brought me. But I've overcome that now, and we have a problem. We have a great challenge before us. You are citizens. You owe me nothing. And if you wish to remain behind these walls as citizens, understand that it is my duty to protect you, and I will do so, as will my army.
That is the pact made between dragons and non-dragons. I will protect you. But you are skilled, and you are experienced, and you have power. And I would be foolish, I would be doing injustice to my people were I not to ask for your aid in this. This Crownfall, the emissaries, the impact site, it will be dangerous, and I must tell you, I am not certain that the Church of the Scions can handle it alone. And if they cannot, the emissary will call forth more and more, and it will be a bloody battle to fight to that impact site. Many of the soldiers will die, and if we cannot stop them, they will attack everything and anything they can. I and my son are forbidden by oaths sworn to the Empress herself, by edicts and laws set down in stone and draconic law. We cannot approach that site. For even with one such as myself, whose anger and hatred of Crownsteel is so great, I may one day be tempted, and I will not risk that. Nor will my son. He doesn't even look at Obsidius when he says it. But you own no obligation. This is a request, and there is no shame, no loss in honor or glory in saying no.
Night, back to bed.
Lord Obsidius, if I may.
Duke Ignarius.
No, yep, Duke Inarius, there's two of them.
Gruff would know. Gruff
There's-
would get it right.
Kim is asleep.
Yep.
Wait, which one am I saying? Dyslexic.
Duke Ignarius.
Duke Ignarius. Duke Ignarius, if I may. I was on my way, even before the summons came. I cannot speak for my companions, but of course I will go.
Just sort of kneels down, big draconic hand on the shoulder.
Truly, none others have deserved the title of knight more than your noble heart, Gruffith. I have been informed that you are closer to your goal. Were it my power to give, this would be the last act you need do.
Oh, thank you, your lordship.
I understand you have made your decision to join the Circle of Loyal Hounds, but
yes.
know that I would have been honored to have you as a knight of the realm.
A great honor, your lordship. I just want to go. I just want to protect the weak, those who cannot stand for themselves. That's all I want.
And that is why you are a great man.
Oh, I'm just a man.
Sort of nods in your direction. I will send word to Sir Morning and Sir Glory that you will join them.
Where is it you think best I go? I thought maybe Hearth, but...
Hearth is a difficult decision. I think that what would serve best, I can go to Hearth. I can take a small squadron of soldiers. We have means to get them there with me. A rather undignified one, but a method of getting a squad and myself. We should be able to protect Hearth. I cannot go to the impact site. You can. And I trust all of you. And he looks at all of you, because he doesn't know.
No.
If there are any here in Ashton's Rest who I would trust to ensure that befouled, disgusting metal does not fall into the wrong hands, it is the 5 of you. 6 of you, because he thinks Percy's normal. The 6 of you.
I will go where is best. However, I speak for myself. I do not speak for my companions.
Well, I'll come with you. Yeah, it makes sense to at least try. There's a fight either way that needs fighting.
We leave no one behind, Gruffith. Of course I'm going to follow you.
I just didn't want to expect you.
Also, Draconic Majesty was very nice just then. He really swelled our pride. So
I have a copy of all the deeds that he's done so far. It's very impressive if you ever want to read it, but that's for
I
another
would be
time.
delighted, but for another time, I think.
Ophelia, and then I do want to check in with Xanthus, but first Ophelia. How's Ophelia reacting?
Ophelia's torn. She sort of looks at Percy, looks at the door, looks at the group. And she just sort of relents. I can't be alone in Ashen Rest. I get so bored.
Sister Ophelia, if I may.
Yes.
You are an emissary of Osseous. And were anything to happen to you, I would have to seek such reparations with Osseous. I do not wish you to come to harm here, but I've been informed of your fighting skill. I know you are a great warrior, and the people of Ashen's Rest have come to speak quite highly of you. Those who have come to your faith speak very highly of you as well. I have told you before, I am not a believer in the faith and religion of the mortal kind. We dragons have our own spiritual beliefs. I have taken very little interest in that of the Church of the Scions or much else. If your grave father can help protect my citizens through you, I would welcome it.
Well, how can I turn that down? So charming.
While this has all been going on, with the Duke speaking to Gruff and Ophelia and Daisy and that kind of like talking to them, sort of Xanthias, you kind of fallen into the background of that little crowd. And I think that in the cinematography, we see just this like shot of you, and you glance up and Obsidius is looking at you, and you're sort of looking at each other across this conversation as it's happening. What's going through Xanthias's head?
There is a point in the conversation in which you would suddenly hear a chair sort of scratch along the ground. Well, I'm just going to stand up, nod to everyone, and then I'm going to leave the room. Because it's too much. There's what the Duke said about crown steel, and no one here would fall for that. And all of this of honor, and the talk of like a village being under attack that desperately needs to be defended, and many soldiers in the army are going to die. Like, in Xanthias' head, this is because of him, so he feels like this is all his fault, right?
Sure.
So it all becomes a bit too much, just too much noise.
Leave that war room.
And I want to get up, get out, and
So out in
leave
that
the room.
corridor, you kind of leave, and there's this immediate like relief of pressure. As once you're out of that war room, all the sound that was bouncing around the stone walls, echoing, it sort of quietens. And you're in that long corridor, and you move up to one of those big archway windows, and you're looking out onto the countryside in the direction that you know this thing is landed.
Yeah.
And you're just sort of looking out and taking this moment of peace for yourself.
Is there anyone else in this hallway?
I would say no. Like far down the corridors, like there's maybe guards moving here and there, but nobody in the close proximity. Nobody to overhear you, nobody to really observe you, unless you were to do something very loud and obvious.
Right. I mean, I am going through so many different thoughts in my head that I'm trying to almost open a message back to Sovereign again and find a way to communicate with him. And the only thought I can think of is that I would take the glove off and touch it to the crown steel in the middle. And I'm sort of mostly in my head, if not very, very hushed kind of
Whisper to yourself.
whispers of like, I've received your message. You don't need to kill anyone. I'll go to the landing site. I'll receive the gift. Pull back your forces. You don't need to do this.
Can you roll a d20
Yeah.
and add your charisma modifier?
Ooh, okay. So I got a +4. Yeah, let's fate this as well. Okay.
Delicious.
Okay. Oh, wow. 24.
24.
Yeah.
24 is pretty high.
Pretty good, but again, I am communing with a god.
It's not 25.
Ah!
But that's not to say you failed. So what you
Just
hear...
whether I convince, I suppose.
What you hear...
I also realise I'm trying to break a barrier here that is... He can commune with me in my dreams, but never in my waking moments.
What that roll was for was whether you could establish contact. It wasn't to convince them.
Sure.
It's quite a high DC.
like I said, 25. You didn't meet it, but you're only one away. So what will it cost you to succeed? What would you give up, Xanthius? Or what would you inflict on yourself to turn that 24 to a 25?
I mean, let's think about the actual mechanics of my crown steel and my magic and this corrupted hand. And it's that there is a barrier stopping the two from touching, right?
The runic barrier?
The runic barrier.
That is keeping the crown steel from affecting those around you, keeps it internal, means that the corruption is only affecting you currently.
So within my head, I'm of the opinion that a corrupted hand and the crown steel together would be powerful enough to make that thing, right? But there's something in the way. So, and I don't have full control of it. I'm not saying that the thing breaks and is gone.
I'm giving you this opportunity.
So
you tell me what consequence is worth making this a success.
I don't want it gone forever. You know, I don't want it to be broken and that's it. I don't have any protection, runic protection anymore.
So what are you? What do you want? What are you willing to give?
Enough to disappear for like just a second, just for the message to go through, you know?
Okay. Well, I don't think you get to control that.
I know, but
what you're saying
mechanically speaking, that maybe makes sense as how it works, right?
Is that? I mean, that's a great mechanical.
Is that something I'm willing to give up to make this work?
Yeah, that's my question.
Fucking no.
Then don't do it.
But that's the only thing I can think of. So it probably is what would happen.
Okay. Oh my god. You touch this clawed hand to your chest, and you can feel the thrumming power of these runes. And there's a moment where you begin to understand a little. These runes over the crown steel in your chest. It's a glass dome. Keeping all of that power, all of that pressure in. It's stopping it getting out. And they're your runes. It's your magic. You have been doing it subconsciously up till now. You can control it. And maybe, just maybe, if you lower it for a second, you can make this plea. So you focus, and you feel this agony in your chest as the runes, maybe a scant few of them, vanish like you spent them. They disintegrate. And there's this relief. It's like pressure and weight that you didn't know you've been carrying for this whole time. It's suddenly let go. And it feels good. It feels so good to have that pressure released. And you hear in your voice, my vessel, so wise. I hear you. I feel you. I see you.
Send your forces back. Turn them around, send them back where they came.
Oh. Can you make a persuasion or an intimidate check for me, please? Again, this will be a high DC.
I'm going to call this intimidation. I have a +8.
Okay. Would you like to spend fate?
Oh my god, I didn't. I also...
We'll just have to go with the flat roll.
Didn't roll super well. I got a 12. Ooh, yeah, 12.
What? You have very little power over me. Your little threats, your pleas, your begs mean so little. My forces? No, those are my children. And they are so angry, Xanthius. I can control them no more than you can control a ravening beast. They hunger, they rage, they remember. But you still have this contact open.
You want me to have this gift. It's a gift I will claim unless anyone dies.
Make another intimidation.
Okay.
This is so juicy.
Fake.
2 left.
2 left. I'm going to use all the fate at this point.
Okay. Spent it.
Oh my fuck. I actually got worse that time
Oh, that's a shame.
with my plus 11. I got plus 8, sorry, I got 11.
11.
Yeah.
You will come anyway, because I know in your heart you want what I have sent to you, because it will give you the power to take what you want most of all. You will come and will find strength like you have never known. My vessel. As...
I want to try to reforge that shield.
Oh, yes, no. That control that you briefly had, you don't know how to put it back. You were doing it subconsciously, and it's not there. That's when I'm going to spend a point of fate, because that's the moment Obsidius approaches from behind and draws close. And as he does, because now the crown still can affect those around you, I need to make a saving throw.
Fucking Christ. Fucking Christ. Fucking Jesus fucking Christ. Fucking shit. Fucking Christ. God. God damn it. No. Please, no.
Places a hand on your shoulder. Sovereign goes silent. I am sorry, as Obsidius talks to you. I imagine that this is quite much. I did not quite understand your message, but you seem to imply that you knew that this was happening, that this is connected to your predicament.
Can I pull his hand off me, off my shoulder? Yeah, push it away off me. I want to glove up as quickly as I can in case someone else sneaks up on me.
Pencil. Fucking kiss it.
Obsidius, I've made a very, very big mistake and I need you to leave.
Whatever it is, we are in this together, Xanthias. I told you that you would have my help in dealing with Sovereign, with dealing with all of this. You are not in this alone.
Obsidius, I've made a terrible, terrible mistake and you need to get out of here.
Whatever this is, and he points out the window, it is not your fault. It is its fault.
Obsidius, I'm gonna leave. I'm turning around. Do not follow me. Do not follow me.
You see, like, just before you turn around and start to leave, you see this confusion. And then that confusion just turns to just like, why did I even bother? And then he returns back to the room that he was in.
Oh, God, good. Great, good, fantastic, but also fuck.
He was finally your friend!
I know, but I can't be right now.
This is so rom-com, I love it.
It is
I'll love him later.
It is actually, isn't it?
Misunderstanding and driving away.
You need to walk away right now. You don't understand.
Go to him.
So, as Xanthias walks down the corridor away, Obsidius turns, and we as an audience get to see something. Because we see in his draconic eyes, in this beautiful humanoid form, where he touched Xanthias' shoulder, there is just the faintest touch of black, red, and gold. Almost like the formation of a single half scale. Crown steel corruption. And that's where we're going to take our break for part 1.
Oh my God, it's been an hour and a half.
Holy shit! We'll see you in part 2. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 5 minutes, everybody.
Welcome back to Altheya, the Dragon Empire, part 2. Our heroes have attended a war council at the Dominus Ignorum to deal with the imminent threat
of Crownfall. Having watched a piece of the crown fall from the sky and impact several miles to the northwest, the town of Ashen Rest, Duke Ignarius, and the armies of Northvale prepare themselves to deal with this oncoming threat. Our heroes have been gathered, and Sir Gruffith, as well as most of the companions, have offered to do what they can to head to the impact site of the Crownfall and to deal with the powerful creatures that may be lingering there. Meanwhile, the armies and the dragons will concern themselves with the onrushing attack from the creatures that land with the Crownfall itself. Xanthias stepped out of the conversation for but a moment, attempting to plead, bargain, threaten Sovereign to back down. To do so, he chose to open up the runic barrier that currently keeps the crown steel from affecting others to enable this communication to happen. He was unsuccessful in convincing Sovereign to pull back his forces. And with the runic barrier removed, Lord Obsidius, approached, trying to console Xanthias, but was pushed away as Xanthias fled the scene. The rest of you, Duke Ignarius sort of bows his head.
I must thank you all once again. You are doing something truly noble, and you have no obligation to do so. It is truly, truly heroic. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I will ensure that these deeds are recorded and you are justly rewarded as well. Is there anything else? I believe the Holy Knights will be gathering soon to make their way out. They will try to get around the oncoming forces. So I will not keep you too much longer, but if there are any questions or anything that you need, please let me know.
So Gruff's a little distracted because he's kind of been looking at the door and he's kind of been going, Xanthias, you okay, boyo?
He's left.
Like on that, yeah, in the...
And you would see, so as you're kind of looking in that way, Gruff, as the Duke is looking at everybody, you see Obsidius like re-enter, just stoic-faced, drawn.
I would have seen him leave.
He like
so
comes back in.
maybe I would have chilled out when I saw him.
Okay, so you see Xanthias walk outside, and then he disappears. Obsidius goes out, and then very quickly comes back in and does not look happy.
Because I think you would have almost seen like Gruff half stand up until he saw Obsidius go out, and then he's like,
Oh, okay.
So maybe just a bit distractedly. A trivial matter, your lordship. Since I'm going to the front lines, I have this diamond. I was wondering if you could turn it into dust so I could use it for some of my healing spells.
Magic. I do not know much about magic, but Obsidius!
And you sort of catch his eye, and he's like,
Yes, Father, what is it? Gruffith needs diamond dust, you said?
Oh, yes, sorry.
Are you able to assist with this matter? It is used for some sort of spell, healing magic.
Yeah. And Obsidius will like, yes, I can. Do you want the whole thing turned to dust?
Oh, yes, please.
Yes, I should be able to do that. Pass it here.
Are you okay?
Yes, Xanthias.
That's all he says.
That's all he needs to
I
say.
think there's like a knowing glance
Yeah.
between the two, right?
And you see he takes it, and he will say,
Give me a moment. I will take it up to my study, and I have a solution which should turn this into dust.
He holds his hand out in front of me, right?
yeah.
Do I see anything different?
What's your passive perception?
18.
Yeah. If it had been 20, maybe.
No, it's 18.
So he takes it, and he's like, give me a moment. I will return very shortly before you leave. And he heads off. And then for the sake of brevity, by the way, he will come back in about like 5 minutes. He has a small embroidered silk bag, and he hands it to you, and it is how much was the diamond worth?
500 GP.
500. So you have 500 GP of diamond dust, basically.
Sweet.
He provides that to you easily enough. Anything from anybody else that isn't Xanthias?
Do we have, is there a way we can access potential healing potions, anything like vitality?
Potions, I'm afraid, they will be given out to the soldiers who do not have access to any sort of healing medications and things like that. I'm not sure that we would have much supplies for that. The Church of the Scion, the Holy Knights, I understand, have some healing magic of their own.
Okay.
But I'm afraid that no, any other supplies like that will be given to the troops. I'm sure you can understand, Sister
yes,
Ophelia.
thank you.
You have your own abilities and spells. They do not. I must think of them first.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. Is there anything else?
Is there like a quick way for us to get there?
I'm afraid not. From what the scouts said, it is a few miles. It should only take you a few hours to travel that way. But I imagine that the Holy Knights will want to avoid the oncoming larger force, so may take you a slightly wider path approach to the impact site. You should still be cautious. Whilst there is a large force heading this way, that is not to say that there will not be smaller bands of these creatures roaming around. We know that from reports of other provinces and incidents with Crownfall, these creatures, they protect the impact site. This emissary, I think you heard the term earlier, yes? This is a sort of much more powerful, more intelligent creature that remains at the impact site. It draws on the remnant magic, the remnant energy left at the impact to create rifts from which it can draw forth more of the lesser creatures, supplementing its force. We know that they are more powerful, so that is all I can share with you, I'm afraid. I have not much dealing with Crownfall myself.
Oh.
Yes, Rowan.
This is Rowan. Your Draconic Majesty, with regard to, and I don't want to make you angry again, so really sorry if that happens, the incident that we reported to you in the past.
Yes, in the Ash Hills.
If there were, say, for example, other people that are clamoring for this, well, what would your orders be?
My orders do not matter in this case, Rowan, because it is law. Anyone that is not yourselves or those chosen by the Church of the Scions who approaches that impact site are breaking Imperial law. They are to be detained, if possible, captured, rendered unconscious, but if necessary, lethal force is approved. They cannot be allowed to obtain crown steel. It is a dangerous, dangerous substance that cannot fall into the wrong hands. And there may be scavengers, there may be mercenaries, only those approved by the church. And in this case, I give you my blessing to go, but it will be up to the Church of the Scions if the rest of you, as Gruffith's companions, are allowed to come. But I have a feeling that they will allow you to do so. They know your heroics here in Ashen's Rest. They know you to be of good character and good soul. I have no doubt that they would welcome your additional support. But only those approved by the Church of the Scions are allowed to investigate and reclaim crown steel. So if you meet anyone else, cultists of these Ash Hills, or criminals who are trying to obtain it for the black market, they are to be eliminated, or captured ideally, for then we can gain information and learn more. And they can serve proper justice as per an authority. But I do not fear that there is any authority within the Empire who would not support you if lethal force is necessary.
Understood.
Any other questions or needs? Very well. I understand, I do not know if your friend Xanthius will join you. He seemed to leave the meeting. I will be disappointed if he does not assist you, but I would understand it. This will be, I must warn you, this will be dangerous. These creatures are powerful. I wish you all the best. And know that you go in my grace and with the blessing of dragons behind you and all of our might. I wish only that I could come with you, but even I would not dare tread near that place.
Are we leaving now?
I think it best if you leave now.
Yep.
Well, thank you, my lord. Best of luck to you. Hope.
Yes, I will assemble a small squadron. We will head to Hearth and try and defend them there, and perhaps we can at least drive off the force or make it retreat, and then return to the army. But I think it best if we send as much immediate aid as we can, and quite frankly, I am the fastest. I will reach there. I can fly there in draconic form.
We'll fight well.
I will. You have no fear and need of that, Sister Ophelia. If there is one thing Kygnarius knows, it is to fight well.
Then we are in good hands.
And as am I. He will sort of look around.
Lord of Cities, if you do need to contact us, I know you have the magical power to send us messages. If you do need to send us anything when we are separated.
I do. I am concerned if I do not wish to spend too much of my magical energy if it is required later. Sending is not the most powerful spell I know, but it still drains my magical energies. I will only do so if I must. I do have, perhaps I have a scroll of it somewhere still. I will try my best to send word to you.
Only if you need to.
Yes, it will be in an emergency if it is necessary. Excellent. He sort of just... Obsidius looks like he's going to say something else, and then he chooses otherwise and makes his way to stand by his father. Cool. So while all of this has been going on, Xanthius.
I'm really trying to figure out what route I take here. Because I feel like I gotta wait for everyone. Are the ones that we were going to be heading down with, are they nearby or anywhere?
The church. I mean, you could head to the cathedral. That's the most obvious place that they would probably gather.
Summoned here.
They weren't summoned here, no, because they are not part of the Duke's retinue. They are not like they are like a separate entity.
You would have known Sir Morning is at the cathedral.
Yeah,
Morning.
and Sir Glory. You've met them both.
Yeah.
And when I should say as well, it is Sir Mourning is in the act of mourning or grieving. It is not mourning like the morning.
Yeah.
Not some morning glory.
They're two separate people.
It's a very tasty vegetable.
I know.
So.
Well, yeah, if they were nearby, I would have asked them what they actually intend to do in terms of containing it, but since they're not nearby... I mean, there is a part of me that almost wants to just get wings out, get haste, and just fucking
go.
Just go a direction.
If it helps, you would have heard Gruff like in your head at the beginning, like before all of that, kind of asking where you were. Like, calling for you.
Yeah, you do still have the telepathic connection.
It's within a mile, so as long as you're within a mile of me.
Yeah, can you roll it just to see how long it will last? Because it might affect the journey and stuff like that there. Because if it's over a certain period of time, you'll have it all the way up until you reach the impact site.
3. But I can react.
3 fingers.
Yeah.
3.
I want to.
It's important because also Daisy can spend those points on doing other things. So like, it's important to like make sure we check how long it is and stuff like that. So.
No, I think I will just leave the Dominus Ignarum. And there's this big sort of staircase up to the thing, right?
It's like a winding path that like leads up to the Dominus, through the city.
That I will wait there for everyone instead. But I'm sort of watching over the walls and just looking at this thing. If I can see it from there,
you can't see this site from the town. Like, it's too far away. I mean, we're talking like several miles. Like, it's behind terrain and stuff like that. It's gonna take you hours to get out there.
Or at least in that direction.
Yeah, you can look in the direction. You know the vague direction.
Will opt to.
Here's a question though for you, Xanthius.
Yeah.
The Dominus Ignarum, there are soldiers, there are knights, there are staff, all coming and going. Like, you are not walking through this place entirely alone. Are you avoiding people?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, sure. Like, kind of almost conscious of this thing that you've done.
Yeah, it's a fast walk, and like if I round a corner and someone happens to be there, I'm like very quickly like spinning and turning around away from them to get away from them as fast as possible, because I don't know the effect this thing will have on anyone now.
Sure.
If there's any Dragonborn, I'm leaving. I'm far away from them.
Sure. You're going to actively try and avoid people.
Yeah.
Can I have a roll to see how successful you are on this? And I think that it would either need to be initiative or perception, because it's like testing your like reflexes. Like, you round a corner and there's like a little kobold there. Like, how quickly do you react to them like coming around the corner, or like do you hear or notice them? I'm going to give him the choice of either initiative or perception. Initiative for just like reaction time, perception to know that they're coming ahead of time.
He's real good at seeing.
I'm going to go with initiative, I think, which is +1.
Surprising.
14.
14. You definitely you would believe that you've like reacted quick enough to like not expose anybody to the crown steel. By the time you reach outside, are you constantly trying to replenish the shield, or are you just like I don't know what to do?
The biggest focus of me right now is just A, do I just go, or B, trying to summon these runes together.
What does it... So for a rune, when you normally create your runes, it's when you spend a sorcery point, right?
When I, spend...
You do a meta magic or you get spell slots back.
There is a bonus action thing I can do as well. So I think either
What's
way...
the bonus action thing?
It's the Mario theme, followed by... you spend a bonus action to do something. As a bonus action, you can spend a sorcery point to convert 2 essence runes into charge runes. So 1 sorcery for 2 runes.
Cool. I would say...
And I have a max of 10.
If you... Because you're focusing and you're like trying to concentrate, how do I get this back? How do I get this back? And you're trying to figure it out. Roll... So it's 1 sorcery point gets you 2 runes.
Yes.
I think it needs quite a few of your runes to form the shield, but it's like subconscious.
Yeah.
Roll a d4 plus 1 for me.
D4 plus 1, D4 plus 1. This one, please. Whoop. 5.
It's gonna. If you spend 5 sorcery points, you can replenish.
I wanted
the shield.
lower. 5 sorcery points. I can. So I had to go.
This might be something you can like learn to do in the future. Like if you wanted to take it down for whatever reason, you might be able to like do this cheaper and cheaper each time. But right now, it's going to cost you 5 sorcery points to get the shield back.
Can I get to 5?
Well, you have sorcery points there just to spend, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have 10. So I will spend.
It costs you half at the moment. That's a lot.
That's a lot. So do I still gain these runes?
So you don't gain them in the mechanical sense like you normally gain them to protect yourself. You can reform the barrier that keeps the crown steel secured.
But yeah, that entire run out is just burning this magic to try to fuel this thing.
But also
Every
like
rune
learning how to
appears.
do it. Yeah, like you're like, how do I make this thing? How do I make this? This isn't like anything else I've done before.
Yeah.
Trying different things, like drawing on that innate magic and focusing on the runes and thinking protection, thinking warding, thinking of the things that you can do. And like maybe the first one flickers but then fades. And you try again and maybe like 2 or 3 flicker and you feel like somebody with immense strength and weight pressing down on your chest and it almost hurts to like reform. And then you start and it kind of breaks apart again and then you kind of grit your teeth, you lock your heels and you dig deep, kind of driving your claws into the stone ramparts of the fort, and you draw, and you almost feel like you're going to pass out as the pressure and the weight builds and builds and builds, and then, and the runes are there holding this thing back.
Oh shit! Okay. Do they look? I guess I can't really look at them right now. I just
glance down.
Hey, soldier, can you take a look at this? Are they weaker than before or different? Or
they are different.
Okay.
They're different runes.
Okay.
Different symbols, different shapes. Again, you don't really know what these runes mean or look like, but they are different to the ones you remember seeing before.
Okay. But the pressure is relieved. Okay, good. That was...
The pressure is back on.
Well, yeah,
Up until now, you felt great. Like, you feel like this weight's been lifted off of you. And now it's like, oh my God. Like, it's like somebody's just, like, dialed the gravity up 0.1. You know, you're like, oh, man. And you remember how freeing it felt before.
I think in my head, I also probably have a feeling that I have to now concentrate on this thing, or it will just break away on its own. Like the subconscious part of it is now gone. That's my worry right now. But
you have to learn to do it subconsciously.
Yeah. But yes, I will wait outside.
Okay.
Having somewhat contained this thing.
Well, I think this has taken the entire time for the party to finish having that conversation, for the diamond dust, for them to like start making their way back.
Yeah.
You finish this and you're dripping with sweat and sort of breathing heavily as the group of you've seen no sign of Xanthias. You've kind of gone out, you've made your way. Maybe you asked like a passing guard and they're like, oh, I think I saw Xanthias, like Mr. Xanthias heading that way or something like that. And you're approaching as you see Xanthias kind of taking like these deep breaths out on the stairs, not stairs, but like pathway that leads up to the Dominus Ignarum. And he's sort of looking out on the wall.
Xanthias, you okay, boyo?
the protection. It's weakened. I can hear him in my head now. I tried to tell him to send his forces back, but it didn't work. I think we have to go. We have to go there as fast as we can.
Are you going to be okay if we go there?
Can you feel anything?
What are we supposed to feel?
I don't know. Different.
Put a paw out on your shoulder.
I don't think so.
You don't feel anything.
Okay, I think I've contained it again, but it's weaker. It's more frail. I had to tell Obsidius to leave in case it turned him or twisted him or something, but
That explains that look.
Yeah, he was so angry when he
was
came back.
really
it is. Okay, he didn't. The Duke wasn't concerned that I left, or
He was
Didn't seem to. I don't think it was top on his list of priorities, honestly.
he was sad to see that you may not help.
He would really like
We
to
didn't
help.
question why you left.
was there a plan put in place?
Go to the front lines.
Okay.
We're that team.
We're approaching Sir Morning and Sir Glory now to head up with them.
What should I do?
What do you want to do?
If I think about going there and saying that I want to help, I'm worried it's some part of my mind that is not my own telling me to go there. So tell me what to do. What do you want me to do?
I don't think we can make the decision for you, Xanthius. I think it needs to come from you, and the fact that you're even questioning it, I don't think it's gonna be your. I don't think it's gonna be someone controlling you. I think you still have control.
We have an out. We have a way to get home quickly thanks to Rowan.
That's true.
So if anything goes wrong or if anything happens, we can just leave.
I have this cape too, and I think I can get you quite far away quickly too, with that. Say 500 feet.
Oh, that case, yes.
The choice is yours, Xanthius. We won't force you either way.
Are you going anyway?
Yes.
Okay.
Gruff has made it quite clear what he intends to do, and I think that we're stronger together, but we also understand if you don't think that that's good for you.
I want to fight this emissary, and I want to stop the attack. So we can do that, but I don't know about going much further than that. Did they have any way of containing the crown steel? Did they have any way of? How are they collecting it?
They didn't mention.
And I think this is where you would know, Gruff, and based on the conversations, Duke Ignaris said to you and things like that. The church is separate to Duke Ignaris. They wouldn't know each other's plans. So the best bet is you need to go and ask them. Like their mission is to go and contain the crown steel and deal with the emissary. And if they fail, then it falls to the Duke's army to basically fight its way to the impact site and destroy whatever is there.
Okay.
Containment is the church's duty, so the Duke does not know. So we can ask the church. They're the ones we are traveling with. They're the ones we are fighting with.
Okay.
He said that Rowan asked about if anyone else tried to get the crown steel. If there's crown steel there, if anyone else tried to get it, then it's against the law, and lethal force, if necessary, was authorized. So we need to get permission to go to the front lines, which I think we will, but there might be other people there trying for it too.
Great. Okay.
I think it's best if it's better in our hands than someone else's.
In our hands or in
Wow.
my hands?
Everyone but your hands.
Yeah.
Can I make a request, Xanthius, if we're doing permissions?
Sure.
You know what happened last time.
I do, yes, and that's my worry.
I would like permission for us to intervene on your behalf, should it come to that.
And what kind of intervention are we talking about here? I've had this conversation with Ophelia before, and
No, I'm not going to kill you. I mean go big and push you back. We're going to do everything we can, despite what you say. We
just
will
remove you
do
from
what's
this.
best.
yes, absolutely. If you need to use the stone on me, just me, to get me out of there, then yes.
Even if you say, because it may not be you at that point.
Yes.
I want to hear it from Xanthias now.
You have permission to do whatever it takes
To save you.
to save me.
Thank you.
Ophelia, I think maybe a memory flashes in your mind of that conversation you had with Xanthias. And you know that Rowan does not mean death.
No.
But Xanthias did specifically. You made a pact with Xanthias that if it comes to it, it might be. And that sort of lingers in your mind for a moment.
Yeah, Ophelia would look to Xanthias, just kind of knowingly.
A knowing look,
Yeah.
a shared message between the two of you that if necessary, Ophelia would deliver the final blow.
It's a look to Ophelia when I say whatever it takes.
I did also swear an oath to Lord Obsidius as well, like that I would stop him if it came to it.
Good Lord.
Love oaths flying around here.
Mine was not detailed.
Yeah.
You just promised to stop him.
Exactly. There's some wriggle room there.
I feel like most of us,
think-
our idea of stopping him is
non-lethal.
push him far enough away that it's not an issue anymore.
But I think
Ophelia's-
that's why we get that little
Yeah.
moment, because with
Yeah.
Ophelia, it is a you will kill me if you have to.
Yeah.
And that's why there's this little moment, like the camera sort of like does the little glance.
It's an arrangement we made.
What I would
You'll
think I
bring me back.
would say
I could be Percy
is
too.
the Duke would have told Gruff and the rest of the party to head to the North Gate and to meet the party there rather than going to the cathedral, because they're probably already mobilizing and probably about ready to go. So you do not have real time to dawdle here. Like, this is a go, go, go scenario.
You know, okay.
I'm assuming you head there. Basically, you kind of pick up Xanthias, have this conversation, and go straight to the North Gate.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm on board.
Yeah. So you arrive and you see that basically mounting up on drakes, sort of the riding horse-like dragon beasts, kind of like wyverns. They're not quite dragons. You know, drakes are these sort of more horse-like creatures. You see Sir Morning, this grey-skinned tiefling with these horns that almost curl up and have like this moon-like symbol sort of in between the horns, like on this jewelry, kind of beautifully knit in silver plate armor with this enormous Guts from Berserk style greatsword on the back. Mounted up on a horse. Next to them you see Sir Glory, this kind of bright gold and sort of amber coloured robes and armour with a great battle axe, like great axe, sort of hefted in one armoured gauntlet, mounting a pristine brassy drake. Sir Morning is on a silver drake, and then alongside them would be 6 warriors who look like kind of warrior priests, sort of dressed in symbols. They have mixture of symbols of melee, some have the symbol of Pyrrhus, and they're sort of all clad in like chainmail with shields and halberds and sort of soldiers' gear, basically. But definitely more skilled. These are like elite soldiers, basically. And they're mounting up on drakes as well as you approach. And you would see that Sir Morning and Sir Glory sort of nod in your direction. The Speaker of Secrets is also there, performing some sort of rite with an incense burner, and is blessing them as preparing for this journey, basically, and is offering them prayers, which I think you would recognize as being like divine spells. The Speaker of Secrets is casting like aid on them and giving them like, you know, protections of like blessings and things like that as you begin to make your approach. But they're all mounted. They're all on mounts currently, and you guys are on foot.
Cool.
Fun.
Mount me. A whoop.
Was that? Sorry, was that the Drake sound?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that a t-shirt?
Moncho.
Moncho.
Show it off, yeah.
Moncho.
Such a great
That's your mount.
I really want an Angus one now.
So what do you guys do?
I would probably wave at them and
They sort of wave back. Knight Errant Gruff, Sir Gloria will call out, and companions, glaring at Ophelia.
Ophelia just armors up.
Oh yeah, Sir Gloria's just like, what the? By the scions.
Flies back.
As the helmet. They have this moment, but you see Sir Morning will sort of say, Knight Errant Gruffith. And the Speaker of Secrets will bow to you all. I'm afraid that we do not have much time. We are heading off to deal with the Crownfall.
we have the blessing of
Duke Ignarius.
Duke Ignarius to join you. We are fighting with you.
Sir Gloria will say, it is not the Duke's behest that to send people out there. That is not by edict and law. He is not involved in this situation. But you see the Speaker of Secrets is like, Sir Glory, please, patience, a moment. Are you saying that you are volunteering to go to the impact site?
I am.
And the rest of you as well?
Yes.
Yes.
The Speaker of Secrets looks up. Sir Morning looks and nods his head. Sir Glory's like, Speaker, you can't. They cannot go to the site. This is church business. The Speaker holds up their hand again. It is not your decision to make, Holy Knight. I represent the church here. These 5 have saved this city. They have fought for the souls of those here. I trust them, and you will need assistance. This is. I believe that Malia is sending them with you as a blessing. I believe that this is the will of the Scions. And he sort of nods in your direction. Yes. They have already mounted, but perhaps we can find some others to send with you. And he begins to immediately be like, he'll call over to one of the soldiers, like, see if the stables have more riding drakes. And they begin to make their way over. As they do, as that soldier goes to move, you hear this Scottish voice, there's no need for that. And you see approaching from the north gate, leading his Drake, Black Drake Obsidian, as well as 4 others, Sir Griold will approach. And he just says, I'll be with the army, so I'm afraid Obsidian won't be much use to me. I'll be in the ranks fighting with the infantry. So I figured it was only best if I bring you some rides, some mounts, hearing where you were being sent. And he will hand Obsidian's reins to Gruff. Yeah! And then the rest hands out to you. What kind of colour, based on the dragon colours, what kind of colours would you like your drakes to be? A red drake for Ophelia?
Yeah.
Yep.
Green for Rowan.
Green for Rowan? Yep, absolutely.
I guess a goldish
Gold?
teak.
Well, you could have gold or bronze.
Probably gold.
Gold?
I'll go with bronze.
Bronze.
Yeah.
There you go. So you kind of have these drakes, and these are powerful reptilian sort of creatures. You can tell that they're quite strong. They have no barding because they have scales. They're like scales.
Do now.
They've grown. They've grown in the areas that they need to be protected, leaving like their underbelly more flexible and soft, but sort of on the sides, their scales have grown quite heavy and hard. They've all got saddles on them, like war saddles and things like that, enough for like weapons and equipment to be stored on. And you quickly mount up, and Sir Morning will say, please understand, heroes, I am grateful that Melee has sent you to join us, but I am in command of this expedition, and I entrust that you will follow my guidance in this. It is the Church's duty to contain the evil which lies to the northwest. I do not know how much you've been told, or what you know of the foes that we will face, but now is the time for questions, for we will not have much time when we begin to ride.
What containment methods do you use?
It is secret knowledge of the church, and he will gesture, and you see that there is a dwarven woman with a great hammer dressed and with the holy symbol of Mail here. And she sort of looks at Sir Morning and the speaker, but sort of nods her head. And you can see that she produces from the side of her drake several like these long boxes. They appear to be wooden, but when she opens them, you can see that they are lined entirely on the inside with this slate grey material. It looks like stone almost. And you can see that the whole box is like etched in not runes or magic, but prayers. Like prayers have been written out, and the prayers do have some sort of divine glow to them. These reliquaries have been blessed specifically to contain the dreadful influence of the material that must be obtained.
Xanthias in a box.
I should get a big coffin.
Just get a fucking
Made like
coffin.
that.
I can make that happen.
This material, it is a metal that falls with the Crownfall. You must not approach it, citizens. It has an aura, a malice, that can seize your mind and your body and corrupt you. Please trust it only to Sir Glory and I, for only we have the divine protection needed to resist it.
That's crazy, man. I've never seen it.
I've never heard about
He doesn't know this, right? Like this, he's treating you guys like you guys, you know.
Treating us like we dumb.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, that you're normal law-abiding citizens,
Yes,
right?
Golly gosh.
Golly gosh. Yeah.
Tutorial.
Yeah. But you see
X gets the end.
the dwarven woman puts the reliquaries away. Is there anything else? Do you wish to know anything else about what we face?
Is there anything we should know about the monsters we will face? Any weaknesses?
It is always difficult to say. They are resistant to mundane weaponry. It will be harder to attack them if you do not possess enchanted or blessed weaponry. Myself or Sir Glory may be able to offer you a temporary enchantment that will allow you to bypass this resilience that they have. They are empowered with fire and with radiant light, which makes them also resistant to these elements as well.
Shit. Fuck. Fucking hell.
But also, and he looks to you, Sister Ophelia, I do not know the magics of Osseous, but they are also resilient against necrotic energies.
I see.
They come in different forms. There are smaller beast-like ones, which are easy to dispatch, but dangerous in vast numbers. We know that they were once soldiers, so they come in different forms. Some are more suited to long range, some are brute siege beasts that are there to absorb blows and protect their allies. Others are like trained soldiers. And then there are the emissaries, their leaders. They will not leave the impact site and will focus on drawing forth more of their forces. But if engaged, they are intelligent, very mentally unwell, shall we say. They seethe in rage and hatred and babble, and their presence, their very closeness can incite madness and confusion in you. They are able to channel magic and perform deeds of immense power and strength. They must be dealt with very, very quickly.
I will need your blessing upon my weapon, please.
I will have to do that as we engage in battle. It will only last a few minutes at most.
Understood. I am ready.
Ready.
I'm ready.
Well, then let us begin. Let us ride. With that, begin to you ride for a red dawn.
A red day! A red day, a glorious day.
You begin to ride the powerful drakes, their sort of clawed feet thundering across the ground, tearing up the grass and the dirt as you rocket out of the north gate and begin to head northwest. You travel for some time, a few hours, and you begin to see that faint gold reddish glow that I'd mentioned. It is still dim, but there is a presence to it that seems to be growing bigger and bigger. You also begin to hear, as you're traveling through hills and you're sort of going down divots and up pathways and through small woodlands and things like that, you're traveling out into the country, into like the wildlands, basically. You can hear in the distance the sounds of chittering, of screaming, of roaring. Some force of size is tearing its way through and across the countryside. You never see them, but you see that Sir Morning always has at least two of his riders sort of way far advanced of your party, and occasionally they will ride back and like gesture to go further afield, trying to avoid this confrontation with this massive, massive force. You also would have seen, as you first left Ashen's Rest, you see the Duke's army, the 2nd Company, marching in columns. Being the army of Northvale, this is not some like 10,000 person army. Each company is perhaps only, 600, 700 soldiers. So 700 sent out, 700 still to guard the walls. But they march in tight columns. They have shields and and spears and pikes at the front, archers behind. They have skirmishers on the flanks. They have cavalry, Drake cavalry, all prepared to fight. And Sir Griold, obviously, marching alongside them. Duke Ignarius has taken some squad. You see him fly out in the direction of Hearth and quickly vanishes. His great draconic speed take him at a great distance. And then after a little bit of time, just before Ashen's Rest sort of vanishes behind the hills behind you, the last thing you see a sort of great spell-like shield forming around the sort of front half of the gate, as you see a familiar black and red draconic form sort of coiled around the old Lamplighters Guild tower, sort of concentrating with their claws stretched out on this barrier shield, as Obsidius has taken to his duties of protecting Ashen's Rest itself. But you and your small band travel out. You eventually reach a point where Sir Morning will sort of bring the company to a halt and gesture as a small woodland begins to sort of spry up. We must leave the drakes here now. We must approach.
No, Derek.
I am sorry, Daisy, but it would be too dangerous to take them with us. Whilst they are formidable fighters, they will give us away, and I think it best if we use the element of surprise to attack here. You can tie them up here. They will be safe. They will draw forces. It's like Drake. They're quite nasty looking creatures. They're not pretty things, They're sort of a mixture of a sort of like dragon horse thing. And sort of like, but it does sort of, I think Daisy's got away with animals, and it sort of nuzzles its skulled face up against your hand.
Fucking druid right here.
You don't do anything, but when do you do druid shit? Like with animals?
I have a bird companion.
Yeah, there you go.
And I heal.
Yeah.
And I fish.
Well, it likes Daisy more.
And I wear furs.
And also, this is Sir Griold's Drake. He don't give a shit about you.
I fought with a stick for ages.
You sort of dismount, tie the drakes up to this little wooded copse of trees, give them some shelter, and then begin making your way on foot. Could I have from the group, how are you approaching this? Like, are you guys gonna offer to help scout ahead? Are you trying to move quietly? Are you gonna use any of your skills or spells or anything like that to help your party in this?
Just don't.
I'm casting Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Because I apparently don't do enough druid shit, and I haven't cast that for a while. So,
Sure.
yeah.
Okay. I'll speak with animals.
Let's go with grudge-based choice making.
Sure.
Rowan's going to offer his services of being able to scout quite well, using his survival instincts through the woods to offer a good path.
And this is a survival roll you want to make?
Yep.
Okay, go for it. Yeah, I love that. So yeah, you're a seasoned traveler. You're used to traveling through the wilds. You know how to avoid natural dangers and threats and things like that. Yeah, give me a survival roll.
Livid over there.
17.
17. Nice.
I rolled a 7.
17.
That's 10.
I think that, you are able to, you sort of make your way up, and you can see that where Sir Morning's scouts are sort of going to lead you, you have a feeling it's gonna leave you too exposed, because you think that this trail is actually going to open up too wide, and you sort of go up and suggest a different alternative route, which is an old deer trail. So it's cleared, but it's quite tight and secluded, and that's going to help keep you a bit more hidden and protected, and hopefully avoid any confrontations, or at least give you the jump on them if you were to find anything.
Who's next to me right now?
Ophelia and a soldier.
Soldier.
Yes.
Have you faced one of these before?
Can't say that I have, sir, but we've been taught them in the temples and the churches.
You must cover yourself entirely in mud.
Can you give me a deception check, please?
It's a 7 again. Plus 5 though.
So 12. I
I'm only joking.
I got a 14 on an insight. He's like, I don't think I've never heard that one. I'm gonna not
trying to
do
keep
that.
the mood light. We're
I
going
love
into
that.
a
That's
terrifying situation.
That's great.
Pyrrhus blessing me with you, brother.
Yes.
So as Rowan is kind of leaning that, is anybody else doing anything else? You don't have to, of course. This is entirely optional. It just may help your chances.
I cast Pass Without Trace.
You can't speak with animals. You want to mark off 2 spell slots?
She's fuming. I'm leaving the party.
Yeah. Okay.
No, can I just cast with Pass Without Trace, please?
So you don't want to cast speak with animals?
No.
Oh, that's weird. Because did you not hear Kim ask to cast speak with
I
animals?
thought you were going to do some druid things, but I guess not.
I heard you tittering.
You
off
asked
the
me
squirrel.
very nicely, Kim. Maybe I'll forget that you said that.
My darling, my gorgeous, my indomitable, my beautiful
Yes.
dungeon master.
Yes.
I would like this small and petty worm would like
Oh,
to
I like that.
cast,
Oh, don't bring me into this.
would like to cast
Me and
the
my small
humble
petty worm.
spell
Instead of speak.
Pass Without a Trace
Instead
of the joke I made. And I understand that you didn't take it to be a joke because it was such a terrible joke for me to make.
Well,
because
and-
I am a terrible jokester.
Well, when somebody says, I cast a spell in D&D, I think it's quite fair for the DM to assume that that's what you're doing.
It is.
I will, in my graciousness, allow you to cast.
Thank you. This
So-
most humble urchin thanks thee.
So you will find that as you begin to move, your footsteps aren't making sound on the leaves. You know, branches, when you push them away, don't creak and snap. They just bend effortlessly with the gesture. As, you no longer seem to be leaving any sort of trail or trace of your passing down this very secluded track that Rowan has found for you all.
We must all cover ourselves in mud.
I've got low wisdom. I'm rolling.
Like Arnie and Predator.
Exactly.
Anybody else doing anything? Yeah.
Can I scout a bit further ahead? Can I try
Absolutely.
and do like a
Full stealth and
proper,
just
yeah, Daisy best
absolutely.
bet.
You're
Yeah.
perfect at this, and also you've got Nim guiding you, and this is Nim. This is what Nim did. Nim
Yeah,
was a scout and a military ranger basically.
So I want to scout.
Yeah, stealth check please.
12 plus 13 plus 10.
Yeah.
So
If you within 30
35.
foot.
Yeah.
If you're within 30 foot of me.
Yeah, until you get a bit further away. Even then, it's still going to be a 25.
35
Yeah. So Daisy, without making a sound, the magic of Gruffs, although you leave that behind as you scout out quite far ahead, I would say that you're the first to notice. You're coming up on a clearing that has like an old ruined watchtower in it, and you would know with your passive perception as well. There are creatures.
In the tower.
Not in the tower, but in the woodland around it. And
Okay.
if you... It's going to be very difficult to avoid them because they're probably going to be they're like protecting the area.
Okay.
And you have to go through them to get to the impact site. But what you could do is absolutely go back to your allies and tell them about this, and it's likely that you will get to sort of ambush these
Gotcha.
creatures
Okay.
rather than it being the other way around where they're looking for like creatures nearby and protecting this impact site, and likely if you hadn't scouted ahead and done really well, you likely would have been ambushed here.
I shall report.
Okay. With that, like some morning we'll be like, very good, we must prepare an ambush. We need to head through here. We cannot delay. We must press through, but perhaps if we can ambush them and gain the upper hand. Is there anything Ophelia and Xanthias would like to do before this sort of ambush happens?
Could Ophelia cast what's it called? Unseen Servant, and just and have it sort of go around the troops, and if they have any like empty water skins or anything, send it off to look for a stream to like refill
I love
water
that.
skins
Yeah.
and
So kind of like keeping like as you're making this journey, it's making rather than everybody having to worry about their supplies or like checking their equipment and things like that, the unseen servant is kind of taking care of that.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. Yeah, I think that because it's a spell slot, you don't have to make a roll; you just expend it. But yeah, I think that why don't I say that like for the first round of combat, all of you and your allies are going to count as having been blessed. So you get a D4 in attacks and saving throws. Only for the first round of combat. Because that's going to represent like morale being high, they're hydrated, they're fed, their equipment's all prepped and ready to go. Like the unseen servant is, made sure that everybody is in the best peak position that they
This is
can
all
be.
red wine, isn't my water skin?
Turn up
I'm very merry.
drunk.
And then what about Xanth?
My plan was to do. I know these things to be celestial, in nature, right?
Celestial and fiendish kind of merge together.
Yeah, so my original plan
They're
was to do
planar.
Detect Evil and Good just to stop an ambush occurring on us, but it sounds like we've got the upper hand already, so...
You have the upper hand, but perhaps that spell might reveal, like, if there are... Because there might be... Daisy knows that there are creatures out there, doesn't know how many, doesn't know exactly where they are,
Okay.
doesn't know how powerful they might be, so maybe something like that would, like, give you a bit more information.
Yeah, so it's Celestial, Elemental, or Fiend, or Undead, within 30 feet.
Okay, yeah. I'd say that's probably going to come into it when you start the combat. You'll instantly know where they all are and what kind of presence they are.
It is a concentration spell.
Okay, good to know.
Does that break any other concentration I might be holding?
Nope.
Good.
Nope.
Move on.
Doesn't seem to. Okay, so let me set this up. I don't think we'll have time to start it today, but we can at least set everybody up.
We'll just
Start
look
and
like
finish it today.
just looking at the landscape.
Yeah. I might need some help because we are trying with a new reset and I can't quite reach.
That's right. Our table has an inset.
It hasn't.
There's a whole big old hole.
This whole time.
Hole in
in my
Can
table.
you reach that corner? I don't know if
Yep.
you can. Can you move the miniatures there, please?
Yeah, apparently I'm
over
the
here?
problem.
Yeah, basically like as if you are kind of approaching. In fact, I'm going to move this around so you guys have got a little bit
We're
more.
coming from the southwest.
Weast.
Southeast. Xanthius is on the rock.
I'm, where's the Crownstone crashed? I'm there.
Not yet. This is all like further in. This is like an
eating
encounter you're having
Eating
beforehand.
it already.
Yeah.
Who's up front?
I've peeled it like a banana.
So Daisy was scouting a little bit ahead, so maybe have like down.
Rome was also doing, probably guiding
Yeah.
through this path.
And then if you just sort of arrange.
Roughly, you want.
I was passing without a trace, so I imagine I'd be in the middle so that I
Sure.
can hit a 30-foot radius for the whole troop.
Is that good with everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense to me.
So, for
Lovely.
reference, your allies, all of these black bases are like the regular warriors.
Cool.
The two on the clear bases, the one in silver is Sir Morning, the one in the orange is Sir Glory.
Cool.
Troc-
All the troops need to be probably behind us, right?
yeah, or scattered around you. It's like you are kind of moving in sort of formation.
Yeah.
They're in the void, they're dead.
Now, what is this formation you're forming here?
This is a 4-4-2. There's two defenders, there's a midfielder,
Yeah.
two strikers.
Oh,
Great.
perfect.
Sports terms.
4-4-2.
There's
Classic.
actually only 5 of them, so...
Back of the net.
Oh,
I
two on
think
these
is what
guys as
people
well?
say.
Yes, please. Yeah, that's
Like
the
a traction
two lead knights there.
They're dead.
Wallop,
Gross dead.
bollocks. That's my impression of football. That's as far as it goes.
Every week.
Gruff, watch out. Stone.
Right.
Big rock.
You know, Rowan.
Yeah.
So because of that detect
I've
evil, I'm
seen
going to
it,
put all of the creatures on the field, which normally you wouldn't see.
That's a big bastard.
Goodness.
That's a bloody big bastard.
Don't worry
He's the
about
one that
that.
I was,
Okay. Guys have
I was painting
blasted.
him on the stream just before we went live.
Oh, great.
More attention.
Look at that guy.
What is that?
Weird, horsey, sexy thing.
So,
It's not sexy at all.
as you sneak up,
just
and I'm
think
going to
you-
say, with a pass without a trace, with Daisy scouting ahead, I'm not going to have you make stealth checks. You guys are going to get basically you're going to surprise them, so you have advantage on initiative rolls, and that's how it's going to work, right? You guys are ambushing these guys. What you see, thanks to Xanthius' detect spell and everything else, is in the tree line and around this ruined fort, you can see these smaller beast-like creatures. They're hunched. You can see the remnants of soldiers' armor, and you can see like vestigial wings out of their back. Some of the wings are like burnt bat wings, some are like burnt angel wings. They have twisted heads where the helmet has almost fused to their skin, and their jaws have unhinged, and great sort of fangs and slobbering jaws replace them.
Could be you.
That could be me.
They have the crown still corrupted, like their arms have that same effect as like Xanthius's arm and things like that. But they look like they would have once stood upright and like walked like men and women. But now they're sort of hunched. They're like Dark Souls, kind of like they're crawling, and their armor is like split and, cracked open where their joints have like double jointed and spikes have grown out of them and things like that. And they're like prowling like wolves or beasts and sort of sniffing the air. They don't appear to have eyes because their helmets have completely covered them, but yet they still seem to be able to see and sense around them. In the far tree line, you can see it is not a centaur. I've had to use a mini that I already had. Instead, has this almost Leonin-style body. And then its upper half, it would have been a beautiful celestial creature once. It has this, perfect slender body, and you can see that it's carrying this, what have once been a golden longbow. It doesn't have any arrows on it, but it does have one of its arms. It almost has like growths along its forearm. And it has this long black gold hair that seems to like ink kind of drift and float around it. But it too has got a helmet that's kind of fused to its head, pieces of armor that are fused to its body and its leonin rear and things like that. It's this twisted metal sort of angel that's been corrupted. And then finally, in the back, ripping trees apart as it steps through, is this behemoth, this hulking great giant of a warrior. One arm holds this piece of stone that's been sharpened and carved to be like a sword, and it has that texture of the Crownfall, the sort of black and grey stone, streaked with gold and red. On the other arm, it is made of multiple muscle fibers that have sort of knotted and woven together like a basket weaving, but it seems to stretch and grow as this clawed, gauntleted hand digs into the ground, and then it drags itself forward on it. It has legs, powerful legs, but its torso is weighed down by chains and metal plates and the bodies of fallen soldiers that sort of spill around its legs. So it uses the claw to give itself additional momentum as it draws itself forward. And they are scouring around, looking around desperately for prey or for foes. But you will have the advantage, but we're not. I think we're going to end things there, because I think that that's a perfect point to end today's episode on.
We do have to wait another week before we.
You do. 'Cause it's a special adventure.
Just do another 3 hours.
Listen, I'm up for it. I could do another hour at least.
We can finish this fight straight away. We got the surprise round, easy.
Yeah, I would do another hour, but people want to go home. So, but we are going to end this episode here. We will be back in Altheya in 2 weeks. So next week is going to be a special one-shot.
Special anniversary.
But I think that's why it's more important to start fresh, nice big action combat,
Don't want to
and then
forget where we
go
are.
straight into it. Yeah, exactly. So with that, your first encounter with the Crownfall spawn.
Yes.
These creatures that fall to Altheya, attached to the meteorite, will take place next time.
Yep.
Ooh,
You know
so
what?
cool.
Would.
What an episode.
Can't wait to read about them.
Banging
Book.
sexy.
With that, we will see you all next time, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
See you next time. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.